Yo. Oh, he's coming.
Yeah.
He's coming, son.
Yeah, we leaving.
Bro.
Oh my God! Why you bringing him this way?
Bro,
Don't bring him this way.
I don't know, bro. I'm just get the hell out of here, bro. I don't want no trouble. Man, goddamn, I'm just gonna. I'm running my ass off. I ain't even looking back. I ain't even looking back, man. I ain't even looking back. Where you going, PK? I'm there.
Trippin' Aquafina, I'm sippin' 15, kept a weapon on me. Flow make digits, I'm on my business, stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, you want us red run when I tell a bit peace. Love is love. Love is love. Adios. Bendo with the switch again. Boy deliver like he heffinin'. Core with digits, give him estimates. Somersaults for my Benjamins. I got what you need, baby. Skirt the Chevy, make a scene, baby. LABB been the team, baby. Been Papa, word the G, baby. Look, lab till I'm finished. Had a handful of lemons through the hand. Got a bag, now the hands in the business. For my hand, it's a ticket. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I've been playing with the minutes that they been shoulda gave. And I'm flipping every digit that they been shoulda paid. Had to find a way to get it. No, this isn't what you made. If I ever wanna dip, then I'm brink with the blade. And I'm brinking a blink on the brink of some dumb shit. Watch how I move, cause I know the brink's coming. Watch for the blues, cause I know that they dumping. Nothing in my view, so it's hush on discussion. Hush on discussions, you know what you need to. I keep it in the fam to let you know that I don't need you. Y'all cats be see-through, heading out to peace. You been king, I'm regal, got it in my Abisu. Came through trippin' Aquafina, I'm sippin' 15, kept a weapon on me. Flow make digits, I'm on my business. Stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us red run when I tell a bit peace. Love is love. Love is love. Hold up with it, got my back on Pippin, bitch. I'm back in kitchens with the tray. Bitch, windows tinted like how black my skin is. Scoop the shorty in it.
Welcome to the GRG podcast, where you get all the latest Top Wires Gaming, 108 Dragons TV, Bloody Knuckles, Operations Op, 100, live, and your host, K Mega 405. The GRG podcast
starts right now.
What's up, everybody? What's happening? Yes, I heard my boy said, man, I was playing some devil music in the beginning. Man, we was trying to conjure up some kind of spirit since Bloody Knuckles wasn't here tonight. We're going to go ahead and let him do his thing. So I was just giving him some representation with the Satan rings. No, I'm just playing with you. Anyway, but no, just getting us started, man. Was waiting for everybody to get in here to come in. Pretty much we'll probably have people just pop in a little bit later. But anyway, let's get to the bums who's here already. And let's start it off right now. Man, Op, what's going on with you, man?
Not much, man. Just over here chilling, playing Grounded and Gears 5, man. It's been a busy week for me over here.
No doubt. Gears and Grounded. All right. Something tells me that we'll be talking about Grounded here a little bit.
Better.
You said better. All right. And then we moving on down the line because I better start talking about some Grounded. Ain't that right, PK? What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, what's happening? Family and friends, happy Friday. Glad to be here. Can't wait to get in these topics.
What's up? What you been playing, man?
I've been playing everything. You know, Grounded has just swallowed up my time. But, you know, I did take time off of that. Play a little bit of Bleeding Edge because I want to try out that new character.
Yeah,
and
how was
he? I mean, he's pretty dope, but he's complicated because, you know, it's for the experienced players only. He's not new friendly. But he's another healer, which is dope, and he does time damage over the time, so that's pretty dope too.
Oh, okay.
And then of course I'm getting into Gears.
Yeah, man, you give it a little side.
All right, cool. And then 100, what's going on, man? I hear your boy in the background. What's going on with you, 100?
Man, out here in these streets, in the real streets, I'm gonna go home. But y'all know me, you know, the mantle responsibility for Xbox, you know, that's what they call me now, you know what I'm saying? They gave me the mantle. So we just on here, you know, been playing that Grounded, been playing some Madden, you know, having a good time. Just gaming. You know, I got a 4-day weekend, and that means anybody can get it.
All right, well, we'll be talking about some stuff where people can get it for sure. So, all right, man. So, what's going on with everybody? Thank you for coming and stopping by. I'm pretty sure the live will be probably popping in a little bit later. I think Pred said that he might get a chance to pop in because he might not be on the next podcast. So, we'll find out. But other than that, man, let's get started. And first off, let's get right into it. And the first topic is something that my homeboy really has been talking about and showing pictures of himself as a big ass frog. Battletoads. I'm going to be on my Xbox 448 and try to scream it out. So bear with me. Here we go. Battletoads.
Stop. Let the bit go.
I'll sound just like Xbot, I know.
Stop.
Anyway, all right.
Cut it now. Open up shop.
What's going on, man? That was the Battletoads cry from my boy Xbox 448. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about it. We finally got to see some gameplay. Now we actually know that this game is coming out August 20th. So let's get right into it. PK, what was your major thoughts of what you've seen? Were you hyped? Were you not? Where you at?
So I'm actually excited. I'm wondering why they didn't show this last week? Question mark. in the game showcase. It's really weird that they didn't because the presentation was pretty over the top, pretty hype. Um, I am a little disappointed in one thing though.
What's that?
They did not announce online co-op.
Mm.
Other than that, the game looks terrific. Now that doesn't mean that they may not have it or they may not add it. Just saying, it just talks about couch co-op, which is fine. But again, we're in a different world now. We are in, you know, in a situation where we can't be around a bunch of people. So definitely that online co-op is needed. Other than that, the game itself looks great. Looks funny. Looks like it got a lot of puns, a lot of corny jokes, kind of like watching Ninja Turtles. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Really? So I mean, okay, so that was the one negative about the online. But what about? I mean, because a lot of people was jumping in and just going crazy about it, and pretty much were skeptical. I know that I went to I went to E3 and I seen it. I didn't get a chance to play it because the line was long, and then when what I seen, I wasn't thoroughly impressed. But I mean, and see, I know Bloody. He played it. He really enjoyed it. There was somebody. Oh, Game Down Sights. He went and he played it. He really enjoyed it. He said the gameplay was pretty awesome. But by looking at it at that time last year, it didn't look like. First off, from what I was anticipating it to look, and then I just was like, man, there's so many other games. Pred, what we got going on in the background, man? What
I'm
we
trying
got?
to set up over here. Let me mute my mic. I'm really sorry, dude.
I thought you was beating the hell out of somebody in there. Anyway, so
Yeah, it's Craig. That's what he's beating the hell
I
out
know
of.
Craig. Oh, he's beating the hell out of Craig. That's right. Got a picture of Craig. So anyway, it's So yeah, I was kind of I was like, I don't know how dope that game is gonna be. So so the combat and everything look good to you?
Oh yeah, oh
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
It
okay.
looks very good as a very good beat 'em up. Actually, it has a lot of different elements in it.
Hmm.
But I love the colors. I do like the Earthworm Jim art style that they chose. I know a lot of people were like, I don't know, but honestly, this is for fun, man. It's not supposed to be, um, uh, you know, a Ghost of Tsushima. This is a beat 'em up, just like Streets of Rage 4. It's supposed to be over the top,
Right.
He's not taking
cartoon,
that seriously.
fun, and you're just supposed to beat the crap out of things. And I think it makes fun of itself. This game is gonna appears to have a lot of comedic moments. That, and I really do like the Earthworm Jim art style. That's the colors and everything is just awesome.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. All right. Uh, Pred, are you good now?
Yeah, I'm straight.
Okay, all right. Because I mean, you sound like you was beating up on Craig. That's what's going on with you. I didn't know what the hell was going on. We're glad you could be here, man. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I know that you won't be on next tomorrow because of because of your personal situation going on with
No, that was last week.
Oh, that was last week? Oh, okay. All right. So okay, so I guess so you will be on next week, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
I mean tomorrow. All right, cool. You just wanted to just stop in. Well, excellent, because we got definitely a lot to talk about. What you been playing? If you've been playing anything this week?
I finished Ghost of Tsushima, but like that was like like 4 days after the game came out. And then I've been and I platinumed that shit for you fucking Sony haters out there. And I that's it. That's all I really played. I played a little bit of a beta that I can't talk about, and maybe offline I can. But other than that, like nothing, man. I really haven't had a chance again. My wife left. For those who don't know, my wife deployed. You know, it was her turn, so she left Sunday or Monday, and so I wasn't able to do a podcast this weekend. So I'm home solo. I got time to do more podcasts now, so I'm sitting here not doing shit all day, working on my PC. But that's about it, man.
All right, cool. So, you want to let everybody know where she got deployed at? I already know because she told me. But where do you? Anyway, so what did she get deployed to?
I can't say that on there.
Oh, okay.
But she told you already, so it's all
Yeah,
good.
she told me already, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I know it was government secrets and stuff, but we close, we tight like
Send her
that.
down to hell because they need some help up there, man.
We need to send them over there to Washington D.C. for sure. For real. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna get back to you on the gaming topic that we're talking about, but I'm gonna go to Op right now and get his thoughts about it because It sounded like to me, I don't even know the temperature in the room with him because at first he sounded like he was interested, then he sounded like he didn't. Now I don't know where you are at now since you've seen the gameplay officially. Well, you've seen it at E3. I forgot about that. So
Yeah.
what was your thought? Did you get a chance to play it?
I didn't play it E3.
Okay,
I watched people play it.
Yeah, you watch people play it. Yeah, I watch people play it too. So what's your thoughts about this? Are you kind of excited or are you kind of still on the fence about it?
Yeah, I'm indifferent about it. I don't like this is me not paying attention to the game that much or following it. I don't see much of a difference compared to the last trailer that we saw from it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, it's cool we got a release date. I'll play it when it drops on Game Pass. But like right now, I'm just like, Like I'm not excited nor like I'm cautious about the game at this point. But like PK said, the only like negative that I've seen around it is the fact that there is no like online co-op, but they didn't confirm it with this trailer at this point. So I'm a little worried about that at this point. But other than that, I'm like just meh with this game right now.
Okay, all right. So you just meh. All right, you've been a little mad about a lot of stuff here lately. I don't know. Maybe it's because you're in the workforce now. Things is different. I don't know. What's going on with you, Op? You used to be a little bit more optimistic. Now it doesn't seem like
3 minutes. That's what.
Damn. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So let me go to 100 on this one. You good? You at home now? 100?
Yeah, I'm at home.
All right. Cool. All right. So what did you think about the whole the reveal of Battletoads?
I thought it was cool.
Okay.
Nintendo been doing this shit for the last few months, just dropping games. So say, hey, you get to play it on the 20th. You know, we saw it already. I know what it is. It's a beat 'em up, bang bang. It's everything. Don't need to be a AAA. And I tell people that it's got to just be fun, and it look like it's be fun. It's showing you different genres of games to play. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping off the art style. It looks cartoony and this and that. How many games we playing right now that looking cartoony? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna run through it. You know what I'm saying? I actually like the one that's in Rare Replay, the one that's the arcade version one. That's what it reminds me of. The Battletoads arcade one. That's in the Rare Replay one. That's what it reminds me of because it was fun. It was fun. It was kind of hard, but it was stupid and it was crazy, and that's what it reminds me of. And I like that. Nobody wanted super hard. People don't understand. Battletoads, the original Battletoads is one of the hardest games to ever beat. If you beat it, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? I'll put 50 cents on your books. Other than that, I don't care about the co-op, online co-op. Some games don't. It's some games like, oh, they don't got online co-op. Think of the times what's going on right now. So something that I don't like to use that, but look at the time going on. Like, you know what? Let's just throw out some games. And Microsoft said, well, let's just throw it out. We got it. It's done. I think it was done last E3. But it's like, well, let's just throw it out. And it's a game to be fun. I mean, it'd be cool. Maybe in time they put an online co-op in there. But some games is meant to just play by your damn self. Sony guys do that shit all the time.
Well, I mean, but that's one thing though, is that I think that is the one thing that gets people, if anything, skeptical about the game is the fact that it isn't no co-op, no online co-op right now at the moment, or even I'm sure that they'll probably implement some. I don't know, maybe not, but that doesn't bother you whatsoever. I mean, especially like
no, it's not a turn off. And think about it, it's not a $60 game anyway. It comes in Game Pass. If you ain't got Game Pass by now, you need to join the club. Hey, we open. You know what I'm saying? That green rag is right here. You can put it on the left side. It's always the green side. You can put it on. You got to get you an Xbox mask. Hey, $29.99. Go to the Xbox store. We will take care of you.
Mask is $29 out there in LA.
Nah, yeah.
Ah,
if you want something designer, but no,
you want something nice,
yeah, you want something designer, but no, but Battletoads. Battletoads was always a side scroller arcade beat 'em up, bang bang. It was not like it's not like Fable, and people need to quit putting it like that. This is to me I like what I saw. I like the gameplay. I had a bunch of people send me this morning because I couldn't go to sleep because I was watching the new Transformers joint on Netflix, and I couldn't go to sleep. And people just sending me, they're like, "You see this? You see this? You see this?" And I'm like, damn, this look kind of dope. This is dope. You know what I'm saying? But it's just photorealistic. So what? Your life ain't photorealistic sometimes. So man, chill out and let's enjoy game. This is about gaming. At the end of the day, it's about gaming. I don't care what side you choose and all that. It's about gaming. It's being had Battletoads in up 10 years, and we gonna rock out with Battletoads, and I'm gonna spam the shit out of them with it.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. All right, cool. I see Livewire and Slayer just got up in here, man. I'm gonna say, ask you guys, tell everybody what's going on, and then we're gonna get. Then I'm gonna go to Pred next. But what's going on with you, Livewire? What games you been playing, man?
I've been playing mainly Grounded. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ever since Grounded came out, what was that, Tuesday or Monday? Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, I've been playing that, man. Before that, I was playing Ghosts. I'll try to jump back on there and try to finish up a lot of stuff that I got in that. But yeah, Grounded has been taking up most of my time.
Okay, all right. We'll be talking about Grounded here next. Slayer, what's going on with you, man? What you been playing?
Hey, what's up, partner? Well, playing, I wouldn't say I've been playing so much as experimenting and benchmarking, I guess you could say. Because like I told you the other day, I got an SSD and moved all my games onto it. And I'm just seeing, how games old and new react to, to high speed I/O and SSDs and stuff. It was pretty eye-opening to see that even the oldest of games, like for example, I was telling you back then, the Gearbox version of Halo 1 on PCs, still has some graphical glitches and popping that you would attribute to, load times and stuff. And even on SSD like that, still having it. So that's pretty much all I've been doing this week. I definitely want to try out Grounded, though. That's the it game of the week. And deservedly, I mean, PK called this last week.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So, all right, let me go to you, Pred, man. What's your thoughts about the Battletoads? I know that you was one of those guys that was skeptical of it. Is it something now after you've seen it? Is it something that you might want to jump in and play?
I try anything that's on Game Pass since I'm fucking paying for it already. So I mean, I do like that it looks better than what it looked like in the past. I didn't get to hear what everybody else said. I kind of jumped in right near the middle of everybody else talking, but. So if I repeat myself or repeat what everybody else said, I'm sorry. But it looks a lot better and a lot faster than what it looked like before. And that was my biggest issue with it. It looked like really slow when we saw it in the past. But, I thought maybe they should have put this on the show the other day. After seeing it this time, like they should have put that on the show. At least talked about it a little bit. It's kind of like, here you go. Like that's how they presented it to everybody.
They did, yeah.
And I thought it was like kind of fucked up. Like it's that's one of your first.
But Fred, Nintendo been doing that. So what's the difference?
Well,
yeah. So what's the difference? See, everybody
the fan base from Microsoft kind of like we want to see these things. Like Sony, like not Sony, but Nintendo's little fucking directs they do. Like sometimes I don't even know about them most of the time. Like I don't even know they're happening until like a day before. This event was kind of like the Microsoft event had been talked about and hyped about for almost like a month. And yeah, they do that, but Microsoft has never done that. Like, well, they did it with Ori. They did it with Grounded. So, I mean, I don't know if that's just their approach with their games they're releasing, the smaller games. I mean, maybe that's their approach they're taking now with the smaller games that are coming out. They're just going to be like, hey, here you go. Here's a game, and not really discuss it on the bigger platforms. I mean, it's not an issue because, I mean, we're expecting it to come out at some point in time, but like, even if it was like a simple blip, oh, by the way, this game's coming out on this day. It wasn't even discussed at all during the show, which is what I'm saying. Like they didn't have to showcase it. They didn't have to like put a whole fucking like a 30-minute sizzle reel out there or anything like that. But like they could have at least said, hey, by the way, this game's launching on this date too, and this, that, and this, that. Even in the pre-show, they could have done that. With Jeff Keighley, but like it wasn't discussed at all during that whole day. And then all of a sudden, hey, guess what's coming out on 20th? And I guess maybe
that's a bad move. You're just surprising people.
It's not a bad move. I'm not saying it's a bad move. I just thought that they had to. Typically, we have E3, we have all these other events going on through the year, and maybe they had to space things out a little bit and time things differently. But I will say they've never done this before. Like they don't typically do this. Let me put it that way.
Well, I think they only did it because they've been constantly told that people don't want to see it.
Right. That's what
So
my
that's
point
what
was.
happened.
Gonna
I think,
happen.
I mean, if you hear it on Twitter prior to this trailer, everybody was like, "We don't want to see this. Don't show it. Just act like it don't exist. Like stuff drop." That's what they be saying.
That's why I was going to wait for Fred to finish, but yeah, that was going to be my.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point too.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been that situation too. I just thought with their first party studio, they could have at least talked about it. But I mean, they only had an hour show. It was their show. They had time. They could have extended the show. They set the timeline, not us. For the show, we didn't say we only want an hour. They chose to only pick an hour. But
well, Fred, I'm gonna put this with this hour stuff. I heard a lot of people was arguing why was this an hour. A lot of people, the things that you throw at people in that hour. Think about it. Think about this. Let's go with the first show, the third party show, right?
Uh-huh.
How many things that we saw that in your mind, like it just came this rant, it was just too much information.
No, there wasn't. I thought the show was short,
it was too much information. It was too much. I forgot about. I put this way, Medium. I forgot about Medium. I was more on Scoring than Medium. So then when they did out this new show, what they do? They was throwing out stuff. Bang, 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 bang. You gotta understand the average attention span is not that long. That's when I tell people when you even do YouTube videos and stuff like that. If you don't got nothing that's you fire about it, the attention span goes away and the person will click off on it.
Yeah.
Well, I said this on Next the other day too. I think last week or the week before last. Like, if you combine both shows and you say that was their E3, and you put that in like a 2-hour span, that would have been a great show. Everything they showed at the third party launch, third party show they did, and this show, like that would have been great.
Oh, if they combined, but oh my God, that would have been.
Well, see, the thing about it is you had a crowd. You had a crowd. See, when you at E3, you got a crowd behind it. You have no crowd.
Yeah.
This is something like baseball right now. You got zero crowd.
I was there.
So you got to understand. You got to sit there, and everything they do, people ridicule it. Oh, it's too long, or this and this. They talk too much to developers. I don't like the name Inside Xbox. I don't like this. So it's like, what the hell you supposed to do? Let's keep it buck.
Well, I'll say this about Battletoads.
Yeah.
I didn't like that they kind of did a short, like, here you go, how you doing type thing. When they had the stage to themselves, and they probably could have put it out there, a release date. That was the only knock I had about it. As far as the gameplay goes and what I've seen so far of it, it looks a lot better than it did before. And I'll play it. I don't know if it's a game I want to sit there and like this grind on, like I did Ghost of Tsushima for 3-4 days. But I'll play it. I mean, it's not something. Thank God it's in Game Pass, because I don't know if I would buy that. To be honest with you, but I will try it out.
It's according with the prices, because I haven't looked to see what the price is.
I'd buy all those time of games.
Because it's
that
what,
is my jam.
I mean, if it's 20, 25
it
bucks,
ain't gonna be no more than like 30 bucks.
I think it'll be 30 bucks. But yeah, no, I would definitely maybe get. I'm not. Well, I don't know. Fred, go ahead and finish. I'm sorry for that.
It wouldn't just put it this way. If I had, I mean, I'm fixing my PC right now, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't. Like right now, if you said, hey, there's a game out while I'm fixing this fucking PC and putting all the upgrades on it, I wouldn't do it. But if I had some money to spend and I ain't had shit to do, I might throw some money at it. But I will say this. You can't knock a game like this and then hype a game or then like, and I'm talking about the little fanboys out there, like, and be happy about Cuphead coming to PlayStation and be happy about all these side scrolls we've gotten this generation. Basically the last year, we've gotten Cuphead, we've gotten Battletoads is coming out. Ori is also a good one. But all these side scroller games that are coming out, these beat 'em ups that are coming out. What was the other one we were talking about before?
Streets of Rage 4.
Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
All those games are like good. They're good games. Like I enjoyed all of them. But like some people will knock a game like Battletoads, but then love Cuphead or love, some of the other scrollers that we've gotten recently and beat 'em ups we've gotten recently. Like you can't do that just because it's a Microsoft game. Like that's just bullshit. Like, and Battletoads actually looks good now. I thought it looked shitty before.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not saying my hype level's like on 100 with it. But like, I mean, I'll play it. Before I was like, whatever.
The art style that threw a lot of people off.
Yeah, but that's how the art style is, though. But
again, it hasn't changed. It's the same.
Well, look, back then, I think where a lot of people had the misconception. Hold on. Before we get to that point, let me go ahead and show some representation to the people that supported the channel. Victor, appreciate it. He says Battletoads is okay, but could have been more like Streets of Rage 4, not Invader Vim. Looks more like a Nickelodeon cartoon. I hope for better next time. And then big shout out to my boy over there, Jazzy Noop, that's on Twitch for the bits. Appreciate you both. Okay, so go ahead, live. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
No, but I won't. Yeah, what I was saying is people are complaining about the art style, but the thing I was trying to get people to understand is like, bro, look at what cartoons are on TV right now. They don't like the cartoons that we like. It depends on what is the target audience for what they're putting out.
That's a great point.
Are they bringing out
Teen Titans Go, for instance?
Exactly. Are they bringing out Battletoads to introduce to a new audience, a younger audience, or are they bringing it out to aim nostalgia at people who've already experienced it in the past? And that's the thing. The art style explains to you who it's aimed at. It's aimed at to the new. Because remember, we were all arguing a while back when they first had the Ninja Turtle. Remember the new Ninja Turtles that they got out now?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh, that shit looks like." Oh, it looks terrible, right? But it ain't for us. It's an art style for the kids of today. We not kids no more, And I think that's the thing that people don't understand, or they just maybe they feel they still are kids. Like when you have now that I watch cartoons a lot because with my daughter, I understand. Like when I didn't have a kid, I didn't really get all these cartoons. But now that you watch them all the time, you're like, okay, I see why the art style is this way and why they do things this way. Now, do I still say, oh, my cartoons were better? Sure, but that's my error. And she's going to say her cartoons are better. And her kids are going to say their cartoons are better. That's just how it is.
Yeah, because my son will tell you that Samurai Jack and Johnny Bravo is life, while because we're around that same age difference. Transformers, G.I. Joe, Silverhawks, Mask, like you can't mess with that era. And then of course you look at like this generation where it's Teen Titans Go. I don't care what nobody say that Thundercats old stuff, they can throw that in the weeds somewhere. That looks awful. But yeah, they all different now. Yeah.
Well, it's not just how it looks. It also is crapping on what made Thundercats awesome. It's more than just art style when it comes to that. But when it comes to Battletoads, it's always been this kind of style where it's over the top. I mean, when they do their moves, their freaking limbs turn into stuff. Come on, man. Let's be real. It's never going to be a Streets of Rage.
Show was crazy. The one that they made for it that never really took off. That was crazy. But
it was basically trying to be what you call Ninja Turtles. But I think there was one episode for a pilot that never took off.
Yeah. But see, this is the thing about the game. Let me focus on the game. The reason why I think the game is more appealing now than it was before because I thought it was going to be a straight up beat 'em up. And that doesn't really interest me. But the fact that they basically have a cartoon show that gives you some beat 'em up elements with some platforming elements and some like racing elements, I thought that was cool because I feel like, all right, now I'm not going to get bored doing the same thing. They're going to mix it up every once in a while. So that's why I think it's interesting. And it was kind of funny, you know what I mean? Like I get it. I'm okay. They don't they're not taking themselves seriously. And I could work with that. Is it like a AAA back? No, but not everything I play is a AAA. You know what I mean? Like shoot, I'm playing Grounded right now. Grounded is a game that Microsoft is just like fuck it, try your hands at, and this shit's gonna be bigger than Ghost of Tsushima at some point. I mean, like this, like who would have thought that shit?
Yeah. So I mean, no, that I don't know. It is one of those things where people have really weird expectations for certain things. Because I remember people were saying the same things about Streets of Rage 4. Why doesn't it look more realistic? Why has it got to look all cartoony? And I don't know, PK, I know that you played the game a lot. I don't know if anybody else on the panel remember when people were saying the same things about Streets of Rage 4. But Slayer, what do you think about what you've seen so far? And is this a game that you would be excited for when it drops on the 20th?
Well, here's the thing. I've always been a fan of beat 'em ups. That's I always say that my top 3 genres are always fighting games, space shooters, like R types and such, and JRPGs. And definitely a fourth would have to be the beat 'em up. I love beat 'em ups, and Battletoads isn't just a beat 'em up. I mean, it's just like Livewire was saying. Yeah, it's multiple things. It's a beat 'em up. There's some platforming, and there's some racing elements, time coordination elements within all of those, all mixed together with the Saturday morning cartoon vibe. Trying to emulate the success of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like I said, back in the day, they had a 1-episode pilot. It didn't get picked up into a series, and thus the series didn't really blow up like the Turtles did. But Battletoads has always been, something. That's exactly what this new game seems like it will be. It embodies all those elements still today. That's what they've always advertised to us. And anybody who's been saying negative things about it, it's ironic that Cuphead just hit the PS4, and all of a sudden everybody's tripping over that game who hadn't played it elsewhere. It just goes to show the irony. In fact, the irony of all these people, all the naysayers, is the only reason this is really that big of a topic to begin with. New Battletoads should have been the topic. Oh, we're hyped that the new Battletoads is finally here, how great the game looks, and not that we're not discussing these elements, but it's really about, is what the game seems like it is, worthy of our time and effort and stuff. And hell yeah, if this wasn't on Game Pass, I would have got this, just like I got the Streets of Rage 4. This is, for Xbox, I feel like a minor coup, like a game that everybody and their mom on the platform would have gotten anyway. And now, once again, through the benefits of Game Pass, you're getting it for free. You don't have to buy it unless you want to buy it.
Well, it's not free. I mean, we got to stop saying free.
Right. It's not free, but it's not an element of you have to pay for it more than anything else you pay for. Like, if you didn't do anything more than you're already doing, you're getting the game. It's not like you put effort into having to pay more. You're paying for Game Pass, sure, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I really don't know how to defend that.
Yeah. You was trying. You're trying a little too hard. I'm gonna have to stop you. I was like, okay, let me pull the hook on him. Let me get Mr. B Sandman. All right. So other Zinc, man, you got to stop, man. You got to stop, bro. The only props that you'll get out of those lists of cartoons is Tom and Jerry, because Tom and Jerry was lit. You know what I'm saying? Mushmouth and the Pumpkin Puss and all those new. Listen, Roadrunner and them, those are stuff that my mom and them, they like. I get it. I'll watch them. I'll have fun watching it. But but hey, hold on, man. You know what? That's something that I think I'm going to ask a question on Twitter. Probably tomorrow, is the best era in cartoons. You know what I'm saying? The 80s, 90s was the best by far, in my opinion. Even with anime, because some of the anime now is dope, but it's not as dope as some of the older anime. I'll put the older anime up against the new anime any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? You heard me. You heard what I said. So, you know what I'm saying? PK, you'll hear what I said.
Person here. Oh, well, PK is here too.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to agree and not at the same time.
Yeah.
Because the 80s and 90s, I feel, is the best time to have been watching anime and
anything cartoons,
animated.
Man.
Right, anything animated, in fact, because, they had great content in those eras.
And it was raw.
What came before.
Right.
And what came before, like the Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry's, everything that other Zinc listed. You're going to have to fall back on talking negative about any of those, because those are all legendary too. So
they're not good. Like but if you go back and you look
I was making a mistake earlier when I was saying that you done went.
No. I'm not. But anyway, that's something that I'm gonna throw that question out there, and we're gonna see. We're gonna let the public make that decision. All right, man. So
I got you at the Zeke.
Yeah. All right. So we go Zeke.
Yeah, but
go ahead. Make your last point so we can get to the next topic. Go ahead.
I was just going back to addressing the art style choice. I think that people sometimes they misunderstand like why they don't think about they think about well, why isn't it just realistic when you got to understand like why would they choose the art style that they chose in order to display the game the way they want to display it? Because guess what, having everything ultra realistic doesn't always translate the way you think it should. You think it's going to look prettier, and that's not always the case. Because I guarantee you, if you do a poll on which Lion King is better, the new one versus the old one, the old one will destroy the shit out of the new one. Because bro, there's when you turn things into realistic, you lose a lot of the facial animations and time that you can't replicate that stuff when it comes to real life. Like you're not gonna give people big bulging eyes and stuff like that to mimic them being surprised. Like this shit doesn't translate where it looks crazy, but in a cartoon it makes perfect sense. Like, and I think that's a lot of times people are so quick to react, well, this isn't what I thought it was, and they never actually think about what they're gonna say before they say it. They just react. And I think, that's one of the biggest issues that we have because of social media. Some people just they never really sit down and actually think about what they're reacting to. Like, well, why would they put that there? They're just like, I don't like it. But like, bro, you don't like it, but you don't even understand why they would have done it. I mean, it's a lot of shit that you thought, but bro, what were we talking about not too long ago with the Marvel Avengers? Man, people said that shit looks trash, right?
Right.
They show a video this week. People are like, oh, well, I gotta get that shit now.
Yeah, no, like when old girl
Did they
squeezed,
show?
when she
But K
squeezed
K
that
Mega,
dude,
did
I'm
they?
like, what? Yeah, it
But
looked
K
crazy.
Mega, does the game look any different than it did
No,
before?
it doesn't. And that was the thing. I'm like, the game looks dope. Now, I mean, the face,
So
the
the only
characters
thing
and
that's
stuff like
different,
that, yeah, it looked kind of
think
weird,
about
but
it.
yeah.
The only thing that's different is the context in which it was delivered. The game is still the same. They didn't change anything because motherfuckers on Twitter bitch. The only difference is the amount of information you got about what's going on in the game. That's why I think people just need to shut up and wait for it to come out before you blast it on Twitter. Bro, you can have your opinions on it, but the whole tweet in the studio talking about you need to scrap this and build another game. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, yo.
Yeah.
That shit gets on my last nerves. Like, who the fuck do you think you are, man?
All right. Let's get to the next topic because we got a lot to talk about
All
tonight.
right, my bad.
We got a lot to talk about. No, I get your frustration because I think now we're starting to get a lot more people to understand, especially when we start getting into the whole Halo stuff. And no, Pred, it's not going to be about the Halo lore what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about everything outside of it that's connected just to gaming and the press. Because PK was asking the same thing. I just ignored him when he said it. Oh God, does that mean we're going to be talking about nothing but Halo? I'm just like,
we have to go through this shit tomorrow.
yeah, I know. So tomorrow, I ain't the host, so I don't know where it's going to turn. Because if Xbox say something about the lore, I'm going to jump in it. So I don't know. I can't do anything about what's going on next month. But we're not going to go deep into the lore on Halo
tomorrow's
tonight.
going to be a counseling session.
Yeah, it's going to be a counseling session. But I will say this: I think a lot of people are starting to understand that there's just people that just complain just to complain. Like we don't even give games an opportunity now because there's always a group of people that wants to just talk bad about something right off the bat before they even get a chance. That's why I'm going into this next game right here because this game got slammed to pieces. Everybody was doing the comparison to The Last of Us 2 towards and Ghost of Tsushima towards Grounded. Now all of a sudden Grounded is that game. In 48 hours it already hit a million people already playing it. That's insane for a game that was compared graphically, because it wasn't considered a AAA banger. So I'm going to go straight to you on this one, Slayer. What is your thoughts about Grounded if you've had the chance to play it? And give us a thought on why you think that this game is getting the success that a lot of people didn't think that it was going to get.
Well, I haven't played the game yet myself. Like I said, I've been experimenting with other things.
Yeah, that's why I went to
so I didn't get to focus on Grounded.
Yeah.
Right. But I have watched lots of Let's Plays and stuff in a little picture-in-picture window while I did all this experimenting because, I mean, just watching frame rates gets real boring real quick no matter how many games you switch to. So I definitely had it in picture watching on Twitch and stuff. And a shout out to PK here who called it last week or the week before, even I want to say he called out that this game was going to be fun in all the ways that it seems to be. And that's the answer to your second question as to why it's blowing up the way it is. The game is just goddamn fun. That's what it is, like all games should be. This is what you are paying all this money for. And this game delivers that in spades. And nothing can keep a good game down when a game is this good on a level like that, I mean, just like you say, in a little bit here, this game is going to be more popular than Ghost of Tsushima, which is more popular, surprisingly, than not.
Fall back, bro.
I'm just saying, like the sales and all of that, looking a lot better than Last of Us 2. So I'm not downplaying. Ghost of Tsushima. I'm just saying it was a surprise that happened because nobody expected that. You know, all the fans are always looking forward to both games. Wouldn't have expected that. Had you asked them which would have been the more highly rated, it wasn't going to be Ghost. But there you have it. But back to what I'm saying though. Yet and still, Grounded is going to be the game that I feel is going to be more popular than either one, and for a longer lasting time because it's just great fun. The games that last the test of time are all fun in that way, and that's what this game Grounded is doing. And shout out to PK once again. He called this out from the start.
All right, cool. All right, so let me go to well, I was going to go to you next, Op, because you did interject. So give us your thoughts about Grounded, and then go ahead and start off with your interjection because you told him fall back. So and I'm not going to jump on him yet because look, I gotta let everybody else do it first, or let the chat jump on him. But I want to hear your thoughts, Op. Go ahead and let him have it.
Real quick, a couple hours ago, the creative director of Grounded announced that within 48 hours, 1 million people have already played the game across all platforms right now. So, of course, congrats to the team over there at Obsidian.
Absolutely.
Because 1 million people in 48 hours for a game that's in game preview right now, man, that's almost unheard of at this point. As far as I think the next game that did something like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds when it hit Xbox for game preview when it first dropped over there.
Yeah.
But that's really good for the game right now. As far as my thoughts on the game, I love it so far. I'm going to be honest, I took a fat L on this one because from the beginning, I was like, I was not feeling this game from the jump. Like, I was one of the few people was thinking to myself, Obsidian, why? Like, why did y'all make this game when they first showed it? But I have to take the L on this game. It's fun as shit. More fun than I thought it would be. And for a game that's in game preview right now and doesn't have that much content, well, let me say it. Doesn't have that much, I guess. What's the correct word for it?
Story. It doesn't have a narrative.
I mean, it's not necessarily that, but I guess
no, it has a little narrative. It just for a game that's not fully developed. There's still more content.
There's a lot to be with it. There's a lot to be out of it. Look at the same way with Sea of Thieves, right? They give you like the necessities, the quote unquote bare bones that you need to have your own adventures and fun, right? And you take it and you go with it. And you just have fun with the game. Look at Grounded the same way as Sea of Thieves, but not necessarily.
It feels like they have a lot more Grounded than.
Oh yeah, they have a lot more content
because I be looking online and I'm
when it first came out.
I'm seeing dudes with shit that I'm like, yo, where the fuck did he get that shit from? You know what I mean? Like, like they have all kinds of weapons and upgrades and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, what the hell?
But yeah, I think these two games are very similar. There's a lot of depth in this, as far as like, I guess if not fun you can have with it and adventures you can have with it in that aspect at this point. But I'm loving it so far.
Combat and all that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. PK. So what I was not PK, but one thing that also I wanted to ask too was seeing two particular games like Ghost of Tsushima. That was really it looked dope, but nobody didn't know how that game was going to turn out. Nobody.
Right.
And then you look at a game like Grounded, completely two opposite type to titles, right?
Almost everybody wrote it off.
Yeah, they were both written off, and also both scrutinized by by not only, but well, I don't know. I haven't seen the reviews yet for Grounded. I didn't pay
All right,
attention
well,
to it.
I don't know if you're gonna get because it's a preview.
I don't know. Well, no, they review pretty much every damn thing. So I don't know, but I'm sure that it's not going to be. I'm sure the game is probably not going to get over a 75 or something like that.
Yeah,
But
because it's
then
not a. I mean, it'll be higher than Ark was. 'Cause Ark, that shit still don't run.
No,
right.
I don't think it's going to even be better than Ark. I just don't. I just don't. Those type of games. Look,
how you gonna review a game that's not even out yet?
They reviewed games that hasn't fully been out yet.
That don't count.
Out.
They did for PUBG.
It's not out.
Yeah, they did. They did it for
game is
PUBG.
not out. That game is in game preview.
Okay, 100.
You
100.
cannot review a game.
They
that's
already
in game
have done
preview.
it. They've already done
Well,
it.
that's
though.
them. We don't follow them. We think about it. We got to be the trendsetters. We don't follow the followers. We're the leaders.
I'm making a point.
So,
I'm making a point.
That's a point that on this. It's not a factual point because the game ain't out. So we need to call that shit out.
I didn't. I'm making a point. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm saying, in the sense of both games, because Ghost of Tsushima did get reviewed, and it wasn't what anybody was expecting to get. But the game is overall, to a lot of people who's playing it, better than that score. And it looks like the same thing with Grounded is going to happen. So is it going to be time to where gamers themselves are going to start looking at this as that, look, man, the reviewers got to get their shit together, and I'm just going to start listening to other people? Or is it just going to be the same status quo? I'm going back to you with that question, Op.
I hope it's a form because they already took 2 massive L's believing that bullshit from the jump because they want, for some odd reason, their people have their reasons, but like there's multiple avenues you can get information about these games that you're cautious about. Like getting a reviewer standpoint, like I get it, but there are better ways to get an opinion or I guess a feeling of what a game has to offer to you in this day and age. But going back to my point, y'all people already took 2 massive L's as far as listening to reviewers about games that are, I guess, quote unquote, early development or just ramping up at this point.
Oh yeah,
and you can try them out for yourselves.
Oh, they got three. They got 3. Don't forget State of Decay.
3. Go right there. State of Decay. See it. State of Decay and Grounded. People, the reviewers or people who didn't touch the game, or even before the games came out, people pretty much wrote them off because they didn't fit in the status of the quote unquote AAA I guess criteria or narrative that people have been running with the past couple of years. Those games didn't fit. They really fit in that criteria. People wrote them off. The game came out. People loved them. They took a massive L 3 times in a row. Will they learn a lesson? I wholeheartedly doubt it. I doubt they will. People are going to continue to be stupid. They're going to continue to be, I guess, dependent on other people's opinions to make their own because they're grown-up men and women who can't do things for themselves, apparently. So, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to change. It might get a little bit better as these games continue to be more successful and, like, I guess, I'll say knockout hits like these continue to happen. But I don't think the overall, I guess, philosophy or the ethos surrounding this will change going forward because people just always say they're stubborn, but like just ignorant and just they don't see how ridiculous this standpoint they are on is. So unfortunately, it won't change, but that's gonna be on them. They're gonna keep taking L's. See, this is the L that keeps on giving.
Oh yeah, every time, because that new DLC,
giving up that money.
Oh man, on that new DLC for Sea of Thieves, that shit looked like that dude's over here spitting fire. He's calling in meteors into the air, man. Man, I can't wait. I can't imagine what that game is going to be like and look like on the Series X, bro. I can't wait.
It's gonna be insane, man.
It's going to be crazy. So let me go ahead and go to you, PK. I'm going to go in order here. What was your thoughts of the questions that I asked, Op, and what do you think about Grounded? I know I jumped in with you guys and snuck into y'all's camp, and you ran away from me. Everybody saw the evidence. I showed the clip in the very beginning of the show where you ran off, and so I wasn't going to get left behind when that big-ass wolf spider was coming after us because we were supposed to gup in that cave. But what do you think about Grounded, and what do you think about this whole stigma behind games graphically that doesn't look so they'll have to be a AAA banger, but yet still is fun and is gravitating to tons of gamers out there?
So I'm not sure who is being negative towards the game. I haven't seen that. I mean, all the people that I follow, like Skill Up and big YouTubers like that, they love the game. But these people.
Oh no! They're quiet now. Beforehand, there was a lot of scrutiny, a lot of hate towards Grounded.
Yeah. So this a game. Again, it on the outside might not appeal to people because they have a certain idea what kind of game they think they want to play. I mean, think about it. When Overwatch came out, it has this cartoony art style, and it may not appeal to the people who play Call of Duty. But guess what? Turns out it is one of the best, if not the best, FPSs out there. It has the best high tech servers, et cetera, et cetera. But and you can't say the same for Call of Duty, right? So it the thing is, until you play it, you don't know. And I'm gonna just be real, like uh, Op was on there with me. I played with my buddy. Let me tell you, this man, my other friend, I won't mention his name. He doesn't play games past 11 o'clock. It was 2:30, and he looked at the clock, and he was like, oh man, I can't do this no more. This game sucks your time away. Look, I promise you, I didn't even know today was Friday. I looked outside. I said, what is going on? I had to not play the game today to get work done because I'm telling you, the game sucks your time away because it's that addictive. The game is great. I enjoyed it. I mean, I personally want to do a review, but I know it's in preview. So there's a lot of stuff that's not in the game because they're gradually building the world out. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot
The
of
first
stuff
update, like
not
August
in there. So it's technically not out, right? But for it to hit the numbers it did for a preview game, being the number one sold game on Steam and the number two game being streamed on Twitch, that's huge.
Massive.
Now let me just say this. I mean, Sea of Thieves is an example, right? They just celebrated 15 million concurrent players, and that's only
It was concurrent?
Yeah,
yeah
concurrent.
only, and that's only 5 million players beneath Final Fantasy 14. And think about it, Final Fantasy 14 been out for years.
Yeah.
That's huge. So when you think about it, that's these games on the outside may not appeal because people have a mindset of what they, if it's not a Last of Us or a Call of Duty or something mainstream that has these certain details in the game, they kind of shy away from it. Again, it's kind of like the Battletoads thing. Like Battletoads has this cartoony graphics. Well, that doesn't mean it's a terrible game. You got to play it. That's the whole point. And the good thing about Game Pass, especially the way Game Pass is doing first party titles, even if you're just on PC, guess what? You can play it day one on PC or Xbox. It does not matter. And try it out. And if you want it to keep it, hey, you get it at a discounted price. The thing is, um, it's all for the fun of games, and I just could not believe I would enjoy Grounded this much. I did play the demo, but I didn't think it would be like this, and I cannot wait for them to continue to build this world out. I don't know how I'm gonna divide my time up between all these games. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Right.
How I'm gonna do this.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree because we played that game for what? Because you would play, I don't. You said y'all was playing it all day. I came in and then I played it for what? About 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
It
because
was
time
time just flew.
to me, time is slow and time is fast in the real world. I have no idea how long
Yeah.
it was, but
But that's how
definitely
interesting
sucked
it
my
is.
time away.
Yeah.
It's definitely sucked my time away.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Restored Hades, thank you, man. He says certain groups of gamers that feel it's still real that feels it's still realism is the most important thing to others. Is nothing wrong with a video game looking like a video. That's it's the thing of I don't know. I'm gonna go to you here next, Livewire, but I don't get this. I really don't. Like everyone that's been playing the game and put some time, effort in, they like it. You just heard with PK giving out the numbers and talking about how many people has been playing it, and they're getting into it. It's a streaming sensation, just like Sea of Thieves. But they were giving that same scrutiny to Sea of Thieves as well, just because of its look. Why is it that gamers keep trying to, or I should say, people just keep on trying to dog out games that doesn't look like certain other games? Why is that even a thing here in 2020? Livewire. Now he been doing all this damn talking in front of everybody, and now he don't want to be on the mic. All right.
He wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. And then when he gonna start talking, I'm gonna tell him to shut his ass up because he ain't ready. 100. I'm going to you now. What is your thoughts about Grounded? You said you was playing Grounded earlier today, didn't you? Did you not?
Man, I've been playing Grounded from the beginning. Give me 2 hours, and I got you. Yeah.
2 hours?
I got you. Yeah, I've been playing Grounded from the beta to the noodle to the Gruder. I didn't beat it.
Whoa,
twice.
Hold on. Say that again. To the what?
To the noodle to the Gruder to the all the other rooter to the tutor, all that.
I don't know anything about that, but I mean that means you've been playing the hell out of it.
That's that Southern player list Cadillac.
But you ain't from the South, sucker.
My people's from the South, and I lived in the South in the summer, so that's why I said don't say I ain't from the South.
Oh, sucker, you okay? All right, but we don't say that out here in the South.
Well, don't get at me like that.
Pray, do we say that in the South?
Well, pray we from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? We from Monroe. We from Wambo.
I'm from the South. I'm from Texas, Louisiana. And what do you say? The rooter to the
rooter
what?
to the tutor to the Buddha?
I've actually said that the first part of it.
The rooter, but the tutor. I don't know about no tutor.
Well, we made it
from
up,
the snout
man.
to the eye.
Well, y'all bunch of bougie South guys anyway. So y'all ain't in there. Y'all ain't picking cotton and none of that. Y'all ain't picking.
There ain't nobody else I know out here picking cotton. Who's out here picking cotton?
Who the fuck picking cotton?
Who picked cotton now? Like, oh, Lord have mercy.
Grandpa had picking cotton in that cotton field.
That's a
picking
peas, man.
That's a clip. That's a clip. All right. So anyway, go ahead, Waddy. What is your thoughts about Grounded?
Grounded was a masterpiece. I've been saying it. Me live been saying it. My man Flip Money Online been saying. We've been playing the games. We played them. Vodka. Me and Vodka can't leave out Vodka. We've been going through that game. You know what I'm saying? Livewire got a damn compound. He has the Fort Knox. That's how much we've been playing that game. We go into each other game and just build and build and build. I'm the only one that ain't built. Because I just went in and it's like, hey, you know what? I'm finna go get the story mode and we go find out and I ain't gonna tell the end of the end because I had a person told me on Twitter, it's the same thing as the beta. No, it's not. It's something else different too. That you meet somebody that you don't know nothing about and you get to ask the person questions and all that other stuff. But I'm not going to, throw no spoilers because I'm not a spoiler person like that. That game is going to change the game, but people's like, it's cartoonish. It's this and that. Think about it. It brings the gameplay where them type of games like Ark and stuff, all that, make it difficult. It's difficult, but it's not difficult because it actually tells you what you need and how to go get it. Like, hey, you need this and this and that, and you just like, oh, I gotta go find and get this. It simplifies certain stuff for you, and that's what I give Obsidian great credit for simplifying stuff. Like, I need a stick, I need a brick, I need to make a hammer. You can go do first person or third person. I do first person. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, no, love. You missed your opportunity. You just made me look there to sit there for like 10 minutes. We sitting here waiting for you to talk, and you ain't say nothing.
No, but Lie, that's my bosom butt. You gotta let Lie talk. That's my bosom butt. That's my chick.
He gonna go after Prayer then.
Yeah, but that game, people sit there and they dogged it, they trashed it, called it diabetic gaming and all that other stuff. But with the diabetic, who playing the diabetic gaming? I bet you'll be on petition.org next week.
You know what? Sea of Thieves is on that petition. Can you believe that? Matter of fact, I mean, and anybody that want to interject on that, you can. But I mean, what is your thoughts about PlayStation fans and see, we know the stands, not the fans. The PlayStation fans is a different animal compared to those filthy beasts that are stands. What in the hell is the problem with dogging out games, but then you got your own brethren that is petitioning to have Sea of Thieves come over to the PlayStation? What is going on, London?
I don't know, man. That was a shock to me. I thought I was dreaming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I thought I was Christopher Williams. Don't wake me. I'm dreaming. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was in New Jack City. I was like, huh? I'm like, is this for real? And then I had subscribers send it to me. And I actually clicked on the link and it said, we're petitioning for a place. How are you going to petition for a known exclusive that Microsoft? They, you know what? This is the whole game. They was like, well, Cuphead goes to Cuphead, but Microsoft don't own that company. They don't own that IP. They own what they own. And it's like they own Sea of Thieves. But I remember when Sea of Thieves was there. I remember meeting Craig Duncan for the first time. And he was talking about this. And remember, somebody going to correct me. I don't know if it's Epic or another company. Remember, what was that? Skull and Bones?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him about that. I said, you scared of Skull and Bones? He said, no, I ain't scared of nothing. Ever since then, I put this way, Microsoft is not going to put money behind nothing nobody's playing. People are playing Sea of Thieves. They're playing State of Decay. State of Decay just got another update. They're playing these games, but no one want to give credit. I don't see nobody playing these one and dones. But you petitioning for our multi-platform. I mean, what do you call that? Multiplayer games, multiplayer
and people better stop slipping on that ray tracing. As you can see, my little gameplay right here. This that ray tracing on Minecraft, bro.
Remember I was talking about the water.
And when I turn that ray tracing off, you're gonna see that room look dull as hell. Like it's crazy. But anyway,
I was the first person said I was getting drunk on the boat and getting drunk in real life at the same time.
Yeah.
That was real truth. That's the truth.
Oh yeah, he was.
Even though people that stole it,
there ain't no reason to bring 100 to your
I know
boat.
some people that stole it. They didn't stole that. Not my saying. I need my reparations off of that.
Look at that room. Look at that room. Look at that room. Look at that ray tracing without ray tracing. That room is dull as hell. Like I was like, what's going on here?
But nobody won't give that credit. Like, give Sea of Thieves that credit. And I love how Microsoft decided to say, you know what? 15 million players playing this game. Then they go on the petition. We want it too. No. Go play your one and dones. You know what I'm saying? You got your Call of Duties. Go play Call of Duty. You got your third person. Go play them. Why you want to worry about what we playing? You're saying nobody's playing Halo. Were we playing Halo the other night, Megan?
Yes, we were.
Did we have any problem getting into a match?
No.
And we was like, what, 6 deep?
Yeah, we were 6 deep.
No problem. How many people that's playing Gears? Gears is trash. All this. I'm so tired of hearing that narrative. But you want to petition for our games. I'm going to put it this way. You cannot have them. You need to go get a PC or subscribe to Ultimate Game Pass, and maybe you get to play them in Xbox xCloud. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. And no, I don't work for Microsoft. They only give me pennies anyway. And we out. Let's go.
This fool thought he did his own video. Anyway, all right. And Core, check this out, man. This is one of these games we gotta try to throw into Fight Night. This is that One Piece, the older game, not the new One Piece that just came out. But Pred, here you go, man.
Wait. Before we go on, who's the characters on the screen, K Mega?
One Piece and his homeboy.
They're not named One Piece. What's his
name? Hold on. What? Loopy. Loopy. That's his name. Loopy.
Who is he fighting?
He fighting his brother. Yeah, I know that.
It says it.
Yeah. See. So can I get some props with that? Because I don't watch One Piece. I play it. I like the game. I don't know nothing about One Piece except for what I've been playing with it. So so let me.
You fail me again.
What?
You fail me again.
His name is. Wait, am I not? Did I say his name wrong? Because Op is gone. Op had to leave.
This anime is older than Op. Okay, you need to get this right.
Listen, I played the game and I started getting into it, and that's the only reason why I know about this character. Come on now, get off of me. I'm playing the fighter. You see me fighting. I'm playing. I got these. Look at these skills. Look at how I'm putting these hands on his ass. Ah! Okay. Anyway, Core, we need to get this game for Fight Night. And thank you so much, Powerman 4K, for the follow on Twitch. Thank you for you suckers out here on YouTube. If y'all ain't following me on Twitch, y'all that means y'all don't like K Mega. No, that doesn't mean anything. But y'all need to bring y'all's ass over here to Twitch and come follow your boy over here. All right, Pred, let's finish up, man. Go ahead, let us know so we can get to the meaty topics.
I forgot what the question was.
It was I know 100 was he did his own video. the situation that was going on with Grounded. What did you think about Grounded? Have you got a chance to play it? I know that me and you played a little bit of it while we was on Next Podcast, but and then the success of it. Why is it that people keep on trying to dog out these games and then constantly just make an ass out of themselves when it comes out when these games, because they're quiet now because the game is being successful, just like they did with Sea of Thieves. Why is it that gamers just can't let other gamers just enjoy certain type of games that just look different?
People forget that games are supposed to be fun. They expect them to look like like Pixar, like those movies and stuff like that. And they forget that some games don't have to look like that to be fun. Look at Minecraft. That game is pixelated. It looks like shit, and people play the fuck out of it. So, like, when they see that people are excited about a game, they're like, I kind of want to play that now. I want to play it on my console. But, like, you can go to Best Buy. You can pick up an Xbox. You can pick it up on your PC if you really want to. You can stream it on your phone if you really want to. If you really want that game bad enough, there's places for you to get the game. So, like, I'm going to read this off to you. All right, I'm looking at Steam right now. Top 10 games. How many do you think are in Microsoft games?
Oh, for Steam?
Just Steam, yeah.
Oh yeah, like 5?
Grounded is number 1.
Yeah.
Flight Simulator is number 3. Halo's number 4. Master Chief Collection. Sea of Thieves is number 6.
That's crazy. And Flight Simulator, if you want to talk about games that look out of this world, there's no game. No, show me a game that looks as realistic as Flight Simulator. Show it to me. I want to see it. Since everybody want to tell me something about games and about graphics and about pushing the narrative and pushing this and that, show me a game that looks better than Flight Simulator. Thank you.
Oh, Sea of Thieves moved back up.
Anyway.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves was number 1 a couple of days ago. So, like, until before Grounded came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and the only reason Destroy Humans is up there because it's new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Flight Simulator didn't even drop yet, so they're just
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. I never even heard of that. It's only $20, and then Hellpoint is in there. Red Dead's in there. Horizon Zero Dawn is number 10, I believe.
Oof.
And
that game just came out this week.
Yeah, and it's number 10. I mean, but people want to play these games, so like it's not like it's just a Microsoft Xbox thing. It's a Microsoft Steam thing too. So people are playing these games, and they're like, man. Like when I see people who've gotten the new systems and they play some of the games they didn't play before, like when they finally pick up an Xbox or they get on PC and they play these games, they're like, I thought this game was trash, but it's really fun. And it's like they forget that gaming is supposed to be about fun. It isn't supposed to just be about graphics and how a game looks and stuff like that. Like, yes, would we like to have some games that look, have some realistic graphics to it? Like I call them big boy games, right? Would we like to have those games? Yes. But at the end of the day, it's about how much fun you're having with the game. It ain't just about how the game looks. Because I could play a good game that looks good. Ghost of Tsushima looked good. I played the game for 5 days. I'll never touch it again.
Facts.
I beat it.
Facts. Once I get done with Ghost of Tsushima, because I'm going through everything. That's why it's taking me so long to get it. And you said you went through everything. You just know life.
I platinumed it.
Yeah,
I sat there. I played it Friday,
you showed me the
Saturday,
platinum.
Sunday, and Monday.
I'm like, damn. I put in about like 8 hours last night, and I'm on a third. I'm on a third. But I'm meticulous too. I like when I'm sneaking around because I want to do a lot of the ghost stuff. I take my time. I'm like, oh, I want to dice fire on your ass. Oh, and then I want to hit you with this sticky bomb so that could get to that dude. So yeah, I'm a little different. So I'm taking my time. That's why I don't stream it as much.
I took my time with the game, but I played it nonstop for 4 days to beat it.
Yeah,
so it wasn't like I was just like. I mean, I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I played that motherfucker at 10 o'clock at night. I put the time and the hours in, but I can't log my hours because PlayStation doesn't show that. So like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like some games, it's like games.
Some games do, some games don't. I think.
Yeah, it's how it's system.
But I put my hours in the game. Don't get me wrong. The only thing I didn't do that I could have gone back and done. There's a few things like I think I could have got some of the little trinkets or whatever the fuck they're called. But like I picked up everything in that game. I went to every nook and cranny that I possibly could do, and I got everything in the game. Hence, I platinumed it. So like I put time in the game, but I will never pick it up again. I may if it comes on PC. I might. If it's cheap, I'll get it.
I'll double dip it. I'll double dip. It's worth it.
Yeah, I'll double dip that game. I don't double dip a lot of games. I double dip that game. That's my game of the year right now, to be honest with you. But
really, okay.
But
I ain't mad at that.
I'm done with it though. But like, if I don't pick it up on PC, I'm okay with that. But like, some of these games aren't necessarily made to just be one and done. It's okay to have a game that you can grow and play forever and years and years and years. Hence, Minecraft. So I don't have a problem with games like that. It doesn't bother me. So like, when this game came out, Grounded, I played the beta. I was like, okay, it looks good. When the show came out a couple of weeks ago, and I saw the difference from the beta I played and the graphics for the game, what they showed on the show, I was like, man, this game looks better. And then I played it, and I sat there and like, again, this is, me, if you ain't got a gun, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really fucking with it too much. Right. I sat here and played this game with Xbot, his girl, with Mel for like 3-4 hours straight, like just like in the sun, 4 hours like playing this game, and was just lost in time. And I haven't touched it since. I'm gonna play it this weekend. I'm gonna play it tomorrow morning when I get up, but I really haven't had time to. But like, I played the fuck out of that game. I'm like, man, I need to play this again. The only reason I didn't play it on PC was because my fucking PC is fucked up right now. But I played it on Xbox for a little bit. It looked good. I went with the game, and I'm like, man, I could actually play this game. Like, I had fun building shit, crafting shit, like shit that I'm not typically used to playing. But because I had people that were showing me how to play the game, it made it even more funner, than I would have done if I played it solo. But like, I like what I played so far, and it looks really good. And again, it's still in preview. I mean, it's going to get better. I remember playing. What the fuck is that game? God damn, it's right on top of my tongue. Michael Barr played all the fucking time. He streamed it all the time.
Diablo?
No, the other one.
Not Destiny, shooter. Diablo, Warcraft,
Path of Exile.
Path of Exile. That has to be it.
It's a shooter. Hold on.
A shooter.
It'll come in a minute.
PUBG.
Yeah, right? When I got that game in preview, it looked like shit.
Yes.
It played like shit, but it got better. And it actually looks better. Even on Xbox, it looks better. But like, things grow, and like they fix things over time. And I hate to say that, you pay full price for a game and then it gets better. I get it, but it sucks to say that. But like, some of these games, man, it's okay that like, hey, if you're gonna stick into it and you're gonna put your time and effort into it and help the community grow the game, make your input and say, hey, this is wrong, this is fucked up, I don't like the way this looks, like, and they change it for you, that's good. Like,
Hey, Fred,
yo,
some of that shit is y'all fault. Because y'all,
I know some of that's everybody's fault.
It's y'all fault. Because y'all press these developers to try to push these games out, and y'all want them fast, y'all want this and want that, and instead of giving them time to do it. So when a game come out, and it don't come out, and it come out miniature broke, that's the community fault. That's the gamer's fault.
No, the community's fault is that they want the game, but they don't accept it.
I'll put it this way. I got a perfect example.
Well, hold on,
Star Citizen.
Okay, but hold on.
People want
Star
Citizen.
Let me get a big shout out to Sir X Man, because he posted this a while back, and I was just waiting until he's done before y'all getting started that, and then I gotta let live finish before we get to one of our main topics for the night. Sir X Man, thank you, man. I did not forget about you, bro. Posse up, GRG, no doubt. Thank you. I was just waiting for it, but go ahead, 100. Finish what you was gonna ask, Fred.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's this gamer community fault, because you're putting pressure on these developers, and you see the game and I'm wanting out. Perfect example, Star Citizen. It had made over $100 trillion. It still ain't out.
That game ain't ever coming out.
300 plus million for Star Citizen. You ain't lying.
That's people being impatient, though. Like,
they are starting to get
impatient.
impatient.
About it is, they ain't got no pressure. People sitting there like, take your time. But if you get a console game, people on their ass. You know what I'm saying? So then when they do bring it out,
they can't say, like, again, it says game fucking preview. And they don't understand what that means.
But no, a lot of people don't understand what game preview mean too. They think that you're getting the whole game. Like when Happy Few came out.
Their fault.
Happy Few was a different game in game preview than what's going on.
That's their fault. They're not reading the fine print. Like, look.
Well, but they don't read. The thing about it is they don't read, and then they listen to other YouTubers and call it this and this and that. I'm like, this is a game in development. PUBG was a game in development.
Which is why I'm gonna go back to what you said
actually
earlier.
show you frames per second now in the game now.
I'm gonna say what you said earlier. It's a game preview. Why are you reviewing a game? It's in game preview.
Get him.
I ain't gonna review it. Why? I can't.
No, I'm not saying you, but
I can give you an impression.
Great point.
It doesn't make any point to sit here and review a game. It's in game preview, but people do that shit all the time.
I can give you an opinion. I can give you an impression.
How many times did they go back and re-review that game after it's been in game preview? Did they re-review PUBG on Xbox?
Not yet. No, they have not. They have not.
Yeah,
no.
They don't even talk about PUBG right now.
Yeah, but when it came out of game preview, did they re-review it? No.
Nope.
They don't, and that's the thing. They got to stop doing that.
Because that's not going to give
shit.
them clicks. Because that's something. Oh, they're not going to give them clicks.
Right, and it's going to be for certain people. It's going to give Xbox and PUBG some credit over certain games that they might be trying to bring up and talk up to.
Let's give it a buck. Remember when Fortnite came out? Yeah. Remember certain people trying to get us to buy that $40 package, and we said what? Hell to the no.
Well, I was the fool that bought the $50 package.
Yeah, and we said no. We'll wait to the free thing, and what jumped off? The free version.
The free version, right? Because they stole.
We didn't care about no story mode and none of that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So
we watched them play the story mode and was like, that's not interesting, and I don't feel like building, and it's dumb.
Well, let me go to live so we can finish this topic off and go to some of the meat of the show. So live, go ahead, man. Cause I came to you earlier and you was gone. You know what I'm saying? So if you had to, yeah. So go ahead and make your point about Grounded, and let people know what you think about the game, and then we're gonna get out of here. Well, not out of here, but out of this one, out of this topic.
Man, when I first saw the trailer, like not trailer, but like the gameplay for it, when they showed it, I think it was E3 last year. I was like, man, this game looks pretty interesting. But after the demo we played like a month ago, I was like, yup. Because I kept on trying to go back and play those little 30-minute cycles. I'm like, man, like, you do something and then it disappears on you. I'm like, oh, man, I can only just get some more time. But like, the more time you get into it, there's so many levels to it. Because you got the level as far as like building up your base. Trying to fortify it against, the different insects that attack it, and it's different. It's not always the same group, and they don't always attack it the same way. So you got to be careful. I mean, shit, 100 tell you, we was in there before we even built the house. I was out there trying to build a perimeter, and ants would come in there, and they would just fuck shit up. Like, yo, what the fuck? We got better weapons. We was fending off them ants. Then the spiders came. Motherfucking spiders come in there like Debo and shit. Like, I'm telling you, yesterday, I was complaining on the game, man, because the spider just came in, knocked the whole wall down, just looked at me, ran in the house, was trying to stick his hand through the door.
Oh,
shaking the whole house.
Spiders got hands now in that game? No, I'm just messing with you.
I know what you're talking about. Whatever. But
what spiders are you seeing? I'm out. I'm about to hit that button.
Okay, Mega, let me tell you, my man had his whole head in the door, was trying to scratch to get inside, had my whole shit shook up. We had to rebuild it. And in the process of rebuilding it, we see him on top of this like cliff thing that kind of overlooks where our base is, on top of another spider. And I swear to God, it looked like he was hitting that shit. I was like, yo, this motherfucker is taunting us, yo. He's looking at us like, yeah, and now I'm gonna get some. I'll be back. I'm gonna tear your shit up. But say I got better weapons. I whooped that ass. Put that shit on Twitter yesterday.
Nice.
Had to get some payback. But yo, the combat in that game is great. Like, I'm telling you, it's harder to fight off the insects and Grounded than any of the enemies that goes to Tsushima. I'm being dead ass.
Bro, don't be disrespectful. Don't do that. Don't do that to one of the best.
Why is that disrespectful?
Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful to one of the best PlayStation games.
Though?
The PlayStation 4 games. Don't do that.
One game might be harder than another. I mean, why people gotta be getting their feelings over facts?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on now.
Go ahead, go live.
No, because 2 ants are harder to fight than, I don't know, 5 of them guards or whatever.
Live.
However many
I was
goals.
gonna say live,
I'm
not
being
live.
honest.
Because the live don't like Ghost of Tsushima.
I do like Ghost of Tsushima.
Pred, are you gonna allow, you know what I'm saying, Livewire to make this statement?
Cause I ain't lying.
Huh?
What do you say?
Lying.
He said. Say that again live. Say that again live. One more
I said
time.
the bugs on the bugs on grounded are harder to fight than the enemies in Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't. I want to stand up for Ghost of Tsushima on that end of it, but
Yeah, again, I played on normal. I didn't play on like super hard.
I got
Yeah, I mean,
even,
but I'm
bro.
saying
When
we
you,
playing the same shit for
bro,
free.
It's
even
like
if you play on hard and
you see a color, you hit a
you,
button.
well,
You block it.
I know, but hold on. If you play on hard, even on hard, and you got your blades completely maxed like I do, and you got your charms like leveled up like crazy, because I found every from both sectors, every fox den that levels up your
Yeah,
charms.
I did too.
Nah, bruh.
I was fucking them up, dude. It was so easy.
You chop up people like it ain't nothing. Like, people was over here when I was fighting when I fought old dude the once homeboy. You know what I'm saying? The dude that was
Straw
your
hat
homeboy,
guy.
straw hat dude. And then I sit there and I saved up my shit. I saved up my super skill, because I didn't even know, because I love that super skill, by the way. But I saved up the super skill. Then I had all of my other stuff. I had the flying wind sliding attack, plus the other attack that you got. And man, I lit his ass up, and they was like, "You playing on easy?" Nah, bruh, I'm just a kick-ass swordsman.
You level up. Yeah,
I
I
just
went
leveled up.
into a camp and I had like the max challenge where you get 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the one that wasn't that you can kill like 3 people at once. I just slaughtered the entire camp.
Oh,
Yeah.
you talking about the assassination?
Yeah, I slaughtered the entire camp. Like I like killed everybody
Oh
there. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah. Oh, you didn't even put the you didn't even put the you didn't even put the poison in the I put the at least I put the
no, I
poison
just
in there.
walked in there. I did the challenge. I killed 3 people. And I killed 3 more people with the little quick hack and slack or whatever it was.
And don't max out your little your little darts. I mean, not your darts, but your because if you can max out your darts, which my darts are maxed up, and then those little things you can throw at people at their throats. Man, where they could just spread out, yeah, those little shuriken things, and they spread out to 3 people, and then they're doubled because you got them fully enhanced. It's over. You even the big guys, the only guys I have the biggest problem with, there's only 2 versions of characters I have first with. The Ronins sometimes because if because they'll jump on you, and then they have a special move that you can't. Guys with the shotgun like things. Those are the only guys that I have a problem with. I don't have no problem with anybody. That game is very easy. So Live, you are disrespectful, but I'm going to act like I didn't say that. But go ahead and say what you got to say.
It ain't about disrespect. I was just being honest about it.
Disrespectful. Don't you talk bad about the Great Ghost of Tsushima and its difficulty, sucker.
The game is still fun.
It's great. It is fun. It's fantastic.
You know what I mean?
Fun.
But I was just saying. But anyway, back to Grounded.
Yes.
Yeah, the bugs. The bugs are crazy, man. Because like the spiders, they surprise you. Like every once in a while, you think they can't do shit. You be like, this motherfucker climbing on the wall and shit. Oh, the fuck! Like, because normally you don't see that shit. They be on the ground, or he'll be in a web in the air. I be like, yo, this motherfucker. Yeah, the shit is crazy, bro. Like sometimes I swear that they be having vendettas. They come after you with a vengeance, man. They coming through your crib trying to eat up your shit. Yo, one time I was like, yo, where all that shit came? Go. It was up in here. I built hella shit. It's gone. Damn bugs will come in and eat up all your shit. Or they'll take, like, grass.
That's the
like,
ants. Yeah, the ants will get you.
Yeah, the ants will come in and you start building a house or a fort. You see them taking your shit and going. Like, nah, nigga. Thought you was going to come in my neighborhood.
All right. Slow down, Live. Slow down. Getting too comfortable. Come on now. Reel it in. Reel it in.
It's good. It's good. It's a great game. I mean, people should play it on Game Pass, but I mean, if you want to spend the money, that's your business. Get it on Steam if you want. But yeah, man, that's my shit right now.
No doubt.
I'll probably still play some Ghost today because I want to give it a break.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went went hard on it, but man,
I'm gonna stream
so,
I'm gonna stream Ghost after the show tonight because I mean, or unless if somebody want to play something else and I'm down, like maybe some Madden 100, so I could go ahead and beat your head. People have been asking me to whoop your Raiders' tail with my Rams. So I'm just saying. Anyway,
and my boy Chaos he said he will whoop your tail.
Chaos ain't gonna. I mean, he gonna play with the Patriots and that's fine, and he can still lose. I ain't worried about that. Chaos. The last time me and Chaos played, he beat me by 3 points. He beat me by 3 points.
We got nothing but tear gas for your ass.
Yeah,
tonight.
y'all can. You bring Tax. You can bring the whole crew because I beat them all. I beat them all.
Tax one more bandit now, so he can't play.
He what?
he can't.
Why
Tax?
Tax got hurt?
In a car accident. Yeah, he got in a car accident.
Oh man, tell Tax I wish the best for him, man. Because you know what I'm saying? Because this was
I wish the best. He's still talking shit. So,
oh yeah, I mean, because he's good, but you know what I'm saying.
He
but
said he gonna get that adaptive control.
I've taken heads off. And thank you so much for the follow, the blue, the blue. Thank you so much on Twitter, on Twitch. I mean, not Twitter, Twitch. Thank you so much. And also, okay, all right. So let's get off of this, man. We've been talking about see, this is the thing. Like people want to talk about all this and that, but they want to talk about 3 hours about it. Then they want to complain, why the show goes so long? Because y'all don't want to shut up. Sorry, let's get to it. All right, let's get to some of the meaty gritty. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys right now, which one do you want to talk about next? Because we're going to hit every topic that we listed. So just get ready. Spider-Man Remastered, or you want to talk about the WB thing next? Because I want to put the Halo stuff next to last, and then the 2K thing. Very last on our way out of here, because I know that at that point we're done. Because once we talk about the NFL 2K stuff, so which one do you want to talk about next? The Spider-Man Remastered stuff, or the EA having strong interest in the WB games? Which one? Let me know, guys.
EA.
All right, so Slayer, thank you for letting me know. Let's talk about EA, right? And I don't even think this is going to be too long because it's really not that much information. It's just no different than what we know about Xbox. And that they have interest as well. So it comes down to me, though, Slayer, that it seems like it's almost maybe a 2-3 man race right now. Maybe with EA, Microsoft, and look like probably Activision. I don't think 2K is involved in it anymore, especially now after what we'll talk about with the NFL licenses that they just picked up. So and they're already in development for a football game. Like I said, we'll get more deeper into that. But what is your thoughts about this? Because I mean, EA. Well, Pred said this, and Pred is here, so I'm gonna let him say what he said. But what is your thoughts overall, man? How close do you think EA is to making a deal with Warner Brothers Games, and and what do you think that could be the potential issue with Microsoft if they can't just jump in and get this license? What do you think that might stop Microsoft from getting get any of these games, if not all, not games, but so much these developers and just WB Games on their portfolio?
You asking me?
No. I'm asking Slayer first. I'll go to you next, Predator. I'll go next to you, Predator, because I know you got some more insight on this.
Okay, so you might notice online, though, a lot of people have a negative connotation to this, that they don't want EA in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's rewind. Let's rewind first. Okay, so who's rumored to be in the running now is EA, Microsoft, and Activision. Okay, the top 3 names among the list that we had heard 2 weeks ago, maybe or more. So these are the top 3 companies. I'm sorry, but Microsoft is looking to spend more money than Sony is when it comes to developers right now.
Why is Sony been? Come on, stop. Take your green rag out your pocket. Take your green rag. Sony got nothing to do with this. Listen.
Sony's no longer.
Listen. Sony was never in the discussion with.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't. Sony was never in the discussion with WB Games.
Well, let me finish.
Don't
Sony.
You just want to throw out. You just want. You on your 100 tonight. You on your 100. You on your Gamma Green tonight. Just because Lemon ain't here, you ain't gonna get away, sucker. Come on now.
Wow. Oh my God. Yo, my head hurts so fucking much right now.
All right. Go ahead.
So, no, I remember it was Sony, Take-Two, all the big names. Except I don't remember if Ubisoft was among them, but that just seemed like a bad fit.
No,
And
I
thus,
didn't hear
hey,
about Ubisoft either.
yeah,
No.
okay, so
Mm-hmm.
all right, fine. But EA was definitely among them. Microsoft and Activision were the top three, to be frank. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to badmouth Sony, Take-Two, or Ubisoft, although Ubisoft was on the list. They just weren't the top three among them. So now the rumors boil down to these three. And speaking of Microsoft, we know Microsoft is out here writing checks for studios, okay? And we all know how great of a fit it would be if Microsoft was to get it. Activision, equally so. EA, of course, equally so. But EA, like I was beginning to say, comes with a negative connotation, okay? And let me be straight up Captain Obvious here and say that nobody really wants EA, and everybody knows why. When EA is mostly for even longer than some people who are listening now have been alive, EA has been buying studios, okay, who are real successful, putting them to work. Maybe the first release, the second release is good, then the quality starts to go down, then they kill the studio. They've done this since the 80s. This is what EA do. And people do not want to see that happen to NetherRealm, Rocksteady, all these studios. These are great studios who have made great, great games that people want to see them make great games in the future. So EA is not a good fit for that reason. However, EA has been in situations like this many times in the past, and they often get that W. Okay? They know how to market it despite the very true reputation, the very well-earned bad reputation they have when it comes to this. Yet and still that they know how to do it. So EA has definitely got to be in the front running. Microsoft is willing to write them checks, so they're definitely in the front running. Will Activision be able to compete with that? I want to say no. So really, I think it's between Microsoft and EA. I think those are the real two front runners right there, and then Activision. And Activision can't face either one. And I'm starting to think maybe Microsoft and EA might actually team up in a way. Microsoft and EA in past decade plus have had a very close relationship. It may very well be that if either one or the other gets the IP, it's basically same thing. Like, it's not going to matter between the both of them who gets it. They're both going to equally get to benefit because they are just so close like that and have been for a while when it comes to that. And this doesn't mean console exclusive. No. But Microsoft will have that, that front runner version of whatever games. It could be on Game Pass or whatever they do. Yeah, definitely the marketing version, the core version, the base version of the game will be on Xbox. That's something that could happen. EA and Microsoft have that close relationship. So yeah, EA is definitely out there, but Microsoft is reckless with these checks, so they could do it too. I'd frankly like to see it in Microsoft's hand because I still don't like EA and this is how they do. And it's not something I'm with. So I'm hoping for Microsoft because Activision, I don't feel have the pockets or willing to spend the amount it's going to take to beat out EA or Microsoft and the possible combination of them. I mean, as odd as that sounds, there's a small but potent chance that could happen or something like that. So
no doubt.
That's what I feel on it.
Okay. All right. No doubt. Pred, here we go. We're going to you on this. What is your thoughts about this as well, man? I'm asking pretty much the same question I asked Slayer. What is the potential? Well, I should say the potential. Give us a number in a sense. And before I do that, I need to ask my boy Slayer this. Give me a number, a percentage number of how much you think that EA will give me a percentage of EA actually being the one to get the WB games on there.
Um, I call it 60-40-0. 60% EA, 40% Microsoft, and 0% Activision. And Activision within margin of error between 1 and 3%. I honestly see the chances for Activision honestly being 1 in 3%.
Yeah.
1 to 3%, and I feel that's within margin of error.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay. All
yeah.
Right. Great point. Great point. I like that. Okay. But I really do like the aspect too of what you were saying about the maybe that EA and Microsoft could work on something to maybe split because they do have a good partnership. But let's not forget either, people. EA was the first one to bring out a service that's kind of like Game Pass, which is EA Access. So they have a lot of clout. So let's not forget about what EA can do. So I'm going to ask that same question to you, Pred, and of course everything else that you may think and know about what's to come. Give me a percentage as well. First, starting off, what do you think? That EA has this chance of grabbing EA games, man. I mean, Warner Brother games.
Man, I have to look at the timing first. Because this whole WB thing has been out for a while and something's up. And we talked about this before, I think on Next. And I was like, they're not offering something that people want, and that's why people are pulling out. The other companies have kind of pulled out of it, and it hasn't happened yet. So the initial companies, which I can't remember who they were at the beginning, are out. I think it's just a two-man race at this point. I think it's Microsoft and EA. So right now, I still think it's probably 50-50. Okay. But the fact that Microsoft hasn't done it yet lets me know there's something wrong. If Microsoft is even interested, because
they stated that Microsoft was interested. There's been plenty of...
I mean, still interested.
Right. Oh, okay. Got you.
We assume that EA is in the mix, but we haven't heard anything. At least I haven't seen anything where EA is saying, yeah, we're worried. We want to buy this company. We want to buy them, right? So you look at other factors, right? You look at, like you just mentioned, they do have a service, right? One of the things that's been profitable, that's helped Game Pass be profitable, that every other service isn't doing, is that they're bringing games into their service that aren't just Xbox games. And EA isn't doing that. Ubisoft isn't doing that, to my knowledge. So what better way to actually add more to your portfolio than to buy a studio that has multiple games under their licenses, right? So WB would be a great pickup for EA. It'd be a great pickup for Ubisoft, to be honest with you. Anybody, any of the three we're talking about right now. But I don't know if, like how we said, we don't want EA to do it. Like that's not a concern to the people that are selling it. They're going to go the highest bidder. It makes more sense to me for Microsoft to get them. But then as I look at the portfolios for the other companies like EA and Ubisoft, it actually makes more sense for them because they're not getting any other games in their system, in their platform. Like look at, other than Madden, which is a yearly franchise, like the sports franchises in EA, obviously. What games do they have in there that people are going to gravitate to that they want to buy? Same with Ubisoft. Like, what games do they put in their service that would say, "Hey, I need to get Uplay"? Like they've released 3 games, I think, since they've created Uplay. Plants vs Zombies, Ghost Recon, and they got one coming out. Watch Dogs is coming out. I think maybe one other. Those aren't games that people are like playing right now. They're not even in the top 10 in Steam, and I know we're not playing them on consoles right now. So you look at EA, obviously they have the sports franchises in there. The last game I remember was Jedi Fallen Order from them. That was worth the damn. So, you got some other games they have because they're a big publisher, but they don't have anything else coming. Like they don't get games from Ubisoft. They don't get games from, like, they don't interchange games from companies. It's just EA games or Ubisoft games for both those companies, where Microsoft has games coming from other people. They have their studios, their AA, their AAA studios coming. And so in my mind, Microsoft will probably overpay to get WB, whereas The other companies probably won't. So I think it makes more sense for Microsoft to get them. But I still think it's 50-50, to be honest with you. I don't know how serious. Again, I think this rumor with EA kind of started in our community. I don't think I've seen anything whatsoever that says EA is looking to acquire WB. Not seeing that anywhere. We see that they're trying to acquire studios.
I just start seeing some reports from different online gaming sites here today. This is where that's where I was just seeing it.
What worries me though is the fact that this WB purchase has been out for so long and no one's picked them up yet. That's what people need to start thinking about. Like, why has no one bought them? And you start looking at the intangibles, like, okay, they don't want to give up rights to certain things, And I think what's happening is, these companies are coming to them and they're asking for things like, I'm trying to think of their games on top of my head, but like you look at all the franchises they have underneath them and all the rights they have, and WB isn't trying to give up Batman. They're not trying to give up all the, they're not trying to give up those rights to those games. In some way, shape, fashion, or form, there's going to have to be an agreement for this to happen. Or else the studios will just die. And all those rights will just gone. Like they're going to have to pay for the rights individually. But I think something's up with the language in the contract. And that's what's turning all these other companies, including probably Microsoft, off. They want too much money. And then you got to look at this too. Microsoft, don't just think Xbox. You got to think about Microsoft, right? They got the money. Everybody knows that shit. But they're trying to buy TikTok.
I was just waiting for you. That's why I went to you second, because I didn't know if you was going to bring it up or maybe PK was going to bring it up next. But I don't know.
That
man.
TikTok ain't going to be cheap, so they're going to get one or the other.
Right.
And even though there's some issues with TikTok here in the United States and stuff like that, we think it's a spy company and stuff like that.
Well, it's not going to be all of TikTok. It's just going to be because I don't know if you read the report, because I've been watching it on the news as well. They were talking about it's just the like a division for for a certain sector, not the whole company.
Yeah, you have to look at the
language. We're supposed to be talking about gaming. We ain't talking about no goddamn social media sites.
But it's still the same thing. But it's still the same thing.
It ain't got nothing to do with this.
Ain't got nothing to do with
TikTok. We're talking about money, and money is what's going to get WB games.
We ain't getting none of that money, so let's move on.
All right, you stay in lane. We'll get to you in a minute.
We ain't
got to get to me. You can skip me.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, it's this thing about this. We ain't got to talk about TikTok. This ain't got nothing to do with gaming.
Money is coming from the same fucking pocket. They're not going to spend all that money on TikTok.
It's coming from Microsoft.
Money on fucking WB.
Hang on, I'm gonna tell you this. This is a game. This is the game that we all play.
What's your degree in?
We watch. You want to play this game? We're gonna play this game.
All right. Well,
this is
go
the
ahead.
game that
Go
we
ahead.
play. We get articles. We listen to stuff. We don't really know that Microsoft's going to buy TikTok. We don't know.
We don't know.
We know nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. Hang on. And let's keep it a buck. Nobody really don't know that Microsoft in the negotiations with WB. When you do big transactions, you don't let nobody knows nothing. Nobody knew that Microsoft was buying these other Oblivion and all that. They came out of nowhere. Because if you look what Phil has done, Phil kept stuff quiet. Nothing got leaked. Nobody knew that Phil was buying Ninja Theory, none of them. Nobody knew that Scorn was getting was going to be exclusive, and Medium was going to be exclusive. That was all quiet. Look at it. Think that's when you play the business game. You got to understand, you don't push no hand. Now, when you play the stock game, that's a different thing. That means you're trying to have somebody overbid. Now, if there's 3 people that want to bid for WB, they say, Microsoft, give me 4. Because I remember the first report, it was 3 billion. Now it's 4 billion because somebody upped the ante because somebody slipped something and wasn't supposed to be slipped. So when you make these big deals, you don't talk about nothing to nobody because somebody can go sit there and they can go slip something and the ante can go up. Like Microsoft got this. Well, Phil said he'll like it. He'll give a 5 and we only wanted 3. And then they go to EA and EA was like, well, I'll give you 6. We don't know.
Are you done? Are you done?
We don't know that.
Are you
so,
done?
No, I ain't done. I'm preaching right now.
I don't know.
This ain't the
I
next
don't know.
podcast. It's GRG.
But hold on. I don't know if you actually preaching though. But go ahead, finish what you got to say.
No, but like I said, when these come to these deals and we talk about these deals, we got to talk to these deals with a grain of super salt. Like, you know what I'm saying? The salt that goes in that melts in your hand. Salt. We don't need to be like I said, because the thing about it is we talk about it, and then 5 minutes later, we're going to get ridiculed about it because we talked about it and we was preaching about it and act like we know about it. We don't know what these guys are doing. We don't know the plans. We don't know nothing. We are reading articles, and you cannot believe every article. I tell people that all the time. People just throw out stuff to just get clicks on their damn website. I saw a person that said that, the Xbox One X, the Xbox One X does backwards compatibility. How long we knew Xbox did backwards compatibility? The article was a day old, and I saw it on Wednesday when I went to work. I don't know if you guys see that. I look at that stuff. That's all I got to say. I'm quiet.
All right. Go ahead, Fred.
First of all, I could talk about what the fuck I want to talk about. I don't give a fuck what the fuck is in the goddamn media, what fuck Xbox is saying, Microsoft, Nintendo. I don't give a fuck. I can talk about what the fuck I want to talk about on the goddamn podcast if I fucking want to. So I can talk about business because that's what my fucking degree is in.
Whoa, there's a lot. There's a lot of F words going on around here.
I got a degree in business too.
Oh, well, use it.
And I got a double. So why you trying to talk to me like I own my own business? I ain't gotta go there. And I ain't come. Hang on. I didn't come there to do that. What was my comment wasn't direct towards you, Predator. It was directed towards the gaming streets. Period.
I know.
So
but
if you
we in a
felt that way,
podcast, and I was asked a question about something, so I'm going to answer the question. All right. So I can answer the question the way I want to answer the question. So I'm going to do that. So I can talk about the things I've seen and heard, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Anybody can sit here and look at the fucking Twitterverse and websites and say what they see on there. I got it. I get it. I do the same thing that you do and everybody else in the podcast do, but I also look at other shit too. I'm looking at intangibles. It's a word I said right before I started this fucking comment. So you look at intangibles, which I mentioned TikTok. If they're gonna buy TikTok, I guarantee you they're not gonna spend the same money on WB because they haven't done it yet. They could have had that shit months ago. We haven't heard them buying it. We haven't heard any talk about it. I also said we haven't heard talk about fucking EA buying them as well. So we don't know. We have no fucking clue. But I'm throwing out fucking intangibles out there for a specific reason because there's things that are in play. Microsoft is not going to spend all this money on this and that when they're trying to cut money because of everything going on in society right now. That's why they got rid of Mixer. That's why they got rid of other things too. They're trying to cut funding, not spend more money. So with that being said, I still think it's 50-50. I think EA has a chance to get him. I think Microsoft has a chance to get him. Right now, it's at the highest bidder. But EA just kind of came into play recently. You look at all these other companies that have been trying to buy WB over the past since, June? Maybe May? I think it was when all this talk came out. No one's bought them yet. There's a reason why they're not buying them. They're not offering what people want. And that's the reason why we haven't heard Microsoft pick them up. They're not offering what Microsoft wants in it.
All right. So let me make this point. All right. So first off, all right, listen, everybody can have a spirited debate, but we're not going to be in here to act like, to be on some bullshit. Let's just make that clear to anybody on this panel, anybody that's listening. I don't want to hear people arguing. Just make a point, get it over with. That's fine. 100 always makes his points be sounding all off the wall sometimes, and then next thing you know, his points be 100% valid. Pred is always the more even keel type of person, and his points are valid. Listen, if you got a point to disagree with one another, that's fine, but I don't want to hear that arguing shit. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? This isn't that type of podcast. Let's not argue amongst each other. Let's make a point and then just move on from that. We're all going to have different point of views. I mean, PK doesn't like Ghost of Tsushima. Me and Pred likes Ghost of Tsushima. There's people that likes Persona like that, like PK. I ain't into Persona. I like Persona, but I don't like Persona like that. There's all different types of aspects. Let's just be respectful to the point, to the degree of understanding that, listen, if one person, especially if they're a guest, to coming on the show and they got a point of view, you can question them all you want to. And if you feel like their shit is not valid enough, you can question it. But let's not get too far in over the deep end to make us sound like fuck. Because we're an all black panel, and that's what a lot of people be waiting for. Let's make that clear. We are a all African American panel. And damn it, I do not want nobody to come in here and say, oh, look at them. They sound like goddamn animals. Get y'all shit together. Be better than that. I hope you understand my point. If not, then I'm going to have to mute and ejecto seek your ass to the nether realm. We got to do better than that. I don't want to hear a lot of argument. I just want to hear point of views. We don't have to agree with it, but we have to be respectful regardless of if we agree or disagree. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get to it. Livewire, what's your point of view on the situation that's going on with WB Games? Do you think that Microsoft is one of those? Is Microsoft now not the leader, and it seems like it's EA that's going to be it's going to have the best opportunity to get WB Games, or do you feel something else different?
I don't. You want the truth?
I want the truth. I want the truth. I just want. Just let me know what you
I hope
feel.
Microsoft gets them and be able to do something with them just because of EA's track record, and that would be the only reason why. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's really, it comes down to a lot of factors, not just one thing. Microsoft has to be able to, who knows what the legal issue is behind that? Does Microsoft want the licensing to come along with it? I have no idea when it comes to that thing. So, if Microsoft is like, well, we can't get the licensing and you're just basically going to sell us the studio, we'll just poach all your devs and make our own studio. I don't know. I don't know what Microsoft's plans are for that. So, but to be honest, I don't really care, because I mean, if where it's located, people don't want to stay there and work for EA, they'll just run to whoever, so at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me.
Right. Well, no, there's a lot of people that actually look at this and they say, if EA gets an opportunity, hey, Sir X-Man in the chat, he says, K Mega, you made me feel like playing a Barney song. Bro, listen, I don't want that type of divisiveness. Listen, I've been in podcasts like that, where if somebody said, oh, fuck, nigga, you can't say that, and I don't even like even saying the N-word, even though with my people, I'll say what I want to, but I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And when people want to try to generalize and say, "Oh, you acting a certain way," look, man, this is a podcast. We got to be professional in some way. Of course, we can cuss, we can do this and do that, but But we ain't got to be like that all the time, everywhere we are. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. And if somebody's mad at me because I make this stance, tough shit. GRG is. This is the baby for all of us to listen to and to respect, not to come to this show and to be looked at as it's a comedy sketch, because everybody else that goes and check out all that damn crumb side garbage, they go out there and they laugh at them. They don't get there and they'll listen to maybe 1 or 2 points when somebody makes something that makes a valid point, but they're there for comedy. You know what I'm saying? We like to have fun here, but I'm not trying to have this podcast to be something to be where it's looked at as, oh, we can't take these guys seriously. They're just nothing but a bunch of just Neanderthals running around just talking out their ass and want to argue all the time. And I'm not going to tolerate it. I will not deal with it, and I won't do it. So if anybody gets pissed off, fuck it, get pissed off. That's not the GRG way, and it never will be that way. Go ahead. Anybody else want to say anything on this before we move on to the next topic?
I
I would like to say a little bit.
Oh yeah, because you didn't even get. I didn't even get to you, PK. My bad. Sorry. Go ahead.
So let me just read back, and I just want to say that first I want to say that it's AT&T who owns WB and the licensing to the DC universe. So um, selling Batman, all that, that's never on the table. Okay, that's not going to happen. The whole reason they're doing this is because they're 110 billion in the hole,
Right.
and they need to make this money up in 5 years, or they're going to lose the whole deal with WB. So that's why they're doing this. So that is the main reason they're trying to cut corners, like you kind of mentioned, is what Microsoft doing, but really Microsoft is restructuring, not really trying to cut corners, but more like restructuring and going into a different phase. But at the same time, they have capital to spend on whatever, just like Apple has capital to spend on whatever if they choose to. So they can buy WB for sure. But again, all these accusi- ac- all of these purchases, I can't even say the word correctly. Uh, all this stuff takes time because there's a lot of bidding, there's a lot of negotiations, what's going to come with it. We have no idea. Kind of like 100 said, whatever is going to happen is going to happen when we least expect it. We can speculate. We can speculate. Uh, we can pretend all day what we think is going to happen, and that's fine. We can. That's what this is about. At the end of the day, I'm hopeful that Microsoft pick them up over EA, and because we know EA has a history of destroying studios. Um, Activision obviously only has one IP left after what they did with Bungie and Destiny, and then Ubisoft. I know my friend don't want to hear me say it, but they're lackluster as well. These guys' launchers on PC are no one even mentions this. I mean, they're terrible. They're terrible launchers. Even Epic's is terrible. So to go back on what I'm saying is I'm hopeful, but I take all this in a grain of salt for sure because we really don't know. We're just speculating. Um, I think Microsoft is in a better situation to definitely buy. I mean, come on, and far as the TikTok thing, I mean, all that's up in the air as well. And again, it's just it's mainly speculation based on a couple of things mentioned in the news, and I don't want to get political, so that's why I'm not really trying to touch on that. But I will say that for as gaming, uh, the studios is what matters, the talent and the talent in those studios. Microsoft has a good reputation, at least what Phil Spencer has been doing. And proof of that is what they did with Minecraft is keeping the studios intact to allow the talent to work together in the same environment in the same way they did before. If it was EA, they would just tear them down and send them wherever they want to send them.
Yeah, no,
And
that part's true.
that's what you don't want because now you got disgruntled employees and they probably leave anyway. I mean, I'm kind of surprised about Respawn, really, because they were been put up under the gun, really. And if that last Star Wars game didn't work, Respawn would have been torn apart.
You think
So
so?
yes, yes, because think about it, their last game
Well, yeah,
was made
Star Wars,
by
because Star
DICE
Wars is on the brink. Yeah, there was rumors that Star Wars was on the brink of
losing
pulling
their
out.
license.
Yeah, yeah, EA was on the brink of losing their license. Yeah,
Yeah, so
after
after
Battlefront
that
2.
DICE game, it was like y'all only got one shot on this.
Ain't doing shit with Titanfall right now either.
Nope.
Well, that's another subject, right? I could go on and on and on and about Titanfall. Okay, I am a fan of Titanfall, just not what they did with Titanfall 2. But that's just my thoughts on the whole EA thing.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. All right, well, let's move on. Sir X Man, he says people got to learn podcast broadcasts are different than playing online, and and you do preach the truth, brother K Mega. No, man, look, listen. I get it. Because there's times that I've got passionate and things like that, and 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 if anybody knows me, I'm probably one of the most passionate people that you ever want to talk to or meet. I'm very competitive. I don't like to lose, and I talk the most shit probably than anybody on this panel. And that's when everybody even more, maybe not Lemon. Lemon might be the most shit talking person ever, but I'm very, very close. 108 is probably the biggest shit talker that I've ever known, other than me. And the fact of it is that, listen, we have to respect one another's opinion. And I understand what 100 was doing. 100 was just wanting to be boisterous because sometimes because he knows that Lemon isn't here and that there's a couple Bloody isn't here, and so that. But we can't keep going into this same cycle of saying, well, we can't listen to this, we can't listen to that, we can't talk about this, we can't talk about that. That's why you have your own channel, to make sure that people don't know about that. And that's why I allow you to say these things, not to say that I'm going to shut anybody down from their voice, because 100, like I said, 100 makes a lot of valid points. He's like Crispy. Sometimes he'll ramble and then he'll get to a point, and then his point is completely fucking valid at the end of the day, and then you got to give him credit for him being completely right. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just 100. That's my boy. That's my ace always. The point of the matter is that let's not get into a argument, or let's not even try to attempt it. I just want to have a discussion. That's it. I don't want to go left. I don't want guests to come on here and be pissed off. And then when I sit there and if I'm short again, and then I'm like, hey, Fred, you want to come on? Nah, man, fuck that, man. Or if anybody else, or if even a panel member is like, nah, man, fuck that. If you bring him on there, I don't want none of that. That it should never be that serious for having a discussion over fucking video games. Never should ever be personal. And I don't think it was personal. It just wasn't, because both Fred and 100 has a degree in business. I get it. You know what I'm saying? One person has a different style, the other person has another style. I just don't want no argument like that, because I just know how people perceives People of Color's podcast. I've heard it. I've seen it from different angles. I've heard it from people that a lot of people trust and love and respect, and they watch these other people's podcasts, and they sit there, and that's why they only pick a certain amount of people to come on their podcast of color. Trust me with that. So we're done with that issue. But other than that, let's get on to the next topic, which now, I mean, 100's not here, so we're not going to be talking about any Halo lore. I'm all by myself on this because anybody else that's on the panel don't want to talk about the Halo lore. So let's go ahead and get into the Halo multiplayer, free to play, which is pretty crazy. I don't know, man. We've been talking about the Xbox Live situation. There's so many things. Halo is now just not only broaden the horizon with everything, with what's going on with the Series X, and that's only what's happening with Xbox. What it's doing is setting the tone for how Xbox is going to be looked at going into the future. Now, with Halo multiplayer being free to play, what does this mean with Xbox Live? So I'm finna go to you on this, Livewire, first. What the hell, man? This is great news, but what do you think that's going to happen with Xbox Live going into the future? And what does this mean since Halo Infinite is going to be free to play going into the next gen as free, not held back by any paywall?
Yeah, they'll probably get rid of Xbox Live at some point. I don't know if they'll do it instantly, but it'll probably free to play will probably be the first thing that go make sure that it's not behind the paywall at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they want to make sure that as many people can play Halo that want to play Halo. So they got everybody on PC. Well, I mean, if you got Game Pass on, if you have Game Pass on your phone, what is it? For the streaming, that's only on Ultimate, right? At launch. Like when you do Xbox Ultimate, you only can stream if you have Xbox Ultimate, like just Game Pass.
No, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know.
So I know Game Pass is for just the games. I think Ultimate is for the games and the perks that you get with like early access, and,
If you got Ultimate, I know you get all the perks and stuff like that.
the free DLCs and
Yeah.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
But no, I mean for this, I can see them doing this for probably if they're gonna do this for Halo, they'll probably do the same shit for Gears.
That's the point.
Forza, I don't. I mean, Forza, they might do it as maybe modes if they're gonna do something like that, or yeah, maybe they'll just do the whole multiplayer for Forza as free to play, so you can play the campaign, and that's how I normally play Forza. It's like a campaign, but if you just strictly wanted to play Forza online, you can play that as free to play. You know, so versus like playing through the campaign and earning your cars, you can earn them through playing the multiplayer, or just buy them through microtransactions. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's cool, but yeah, no, you're totally right. Okay, Fred, what do you think about this, man?
I was thinking about this earlier because I saw that they were gonna do multiplayer for free, but then like I was just saying, like, is it just this game? He didn't say it that way, but that's why I kind of took it how he was coming along. But like, is it just this game, or is it completely all multiplayer games? And it's like they never really clarified that. So like, there's a lot of questions that rise in my head. Like, okay, so if I get Halo, am I getting? Well, let me put it this way: if I don't buy Halo, can I still download multiplayer and play that game? Because when you read it, it kind of says like multiplayer is free, but like when I see like it's free to play, right? When you hear free to play, you think of games like Apex, stuff like that. Like you can just download the game and play it, right? So can I just download the multiplayer for Halo and play it?
Yes.
And
That's
is
already
that
been confirmed. Yeah, it's been
okay?
confirmed.
And then can I? And then we go to the other part of it, like what Live was kind of getting into, like what about other games? What about the entire multiplayer paywall, whatever we have for Xbox? Is that coming down as well? And that wasn't really discussed about. Like,
Well, there was something that I just picked up, but I gotta find it again. Somebody posted it to me in Twitter, and it showed from an article that Xbox Xbox is getting ready to just take away the whole. It was from
I've heard that.
VDC.
I've been hearing that for like about
it's
a month now.
the from the article where it came from is from CDC or VDC or VCD. One or the other. I can't remember. I gotta look at that. But anyway, it pretty much basically say that it pretty
That
much is
entire
basically
paywall's coming down.
yeah, that that the Xbox Live overall is coming down. That it's not that the rumors that's been spilling out here lately is that Xbox is going to just completely just get rid of Xbox Live. And this is something that we talked about on GRG. I think it was last week, where it was like, bruh, if they do this, that changes the game for everything, because now the narrative completely shifts towards Sony. Because there was so many people that was adamant about, well, Xbox has been under this paywall. Sony is doing the right thing by letting free-to-play games be available for free, and then every other online game like Call of Duty and all the rest of them, they're under the PSN paywall. But if Xbox is completely avoiding that and taking that down and saying, look, all we have for you is Ultimate Game Pass, and then and they'll just throw games at you. They'll just throw those Xbox Gold games, which will probably won't be anything for nobody to talk about or brag about.
Right.
But there'll be one of those things yeah. But I mean, but they throw those games in there as a monthly, like, here you go. We got some games to throw at you, but you got Ultimate Game Pass, and you also have XCloud included. That's major. I mean, what do you think about that? Yeah, like I'm just like, that's major.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, that gets the PC crowd in it. That gets, the people who've been complaining about it, happy. It's a win for them if they go that route. I think it's a win for them. But I think the slick part they did, when you look at the way they kind of position this, like, they make you buy Ultimate on PC to play online.
Oh,
right.
No, you can just buy regular games.
In a sense. Like, if you want the Game Pass games and you want certain things from Ultimate that you get from Ultimate on the PC side.
Oh, you mean like the free
you have to get Ultimate for that. And
yeah.
so they kind of suck in the PC side, the area they never was able to get into before. They've kind of slowly trying to get them into that to some degree, into a subscription service. So they make up the money off of Xbox Live, possibly through those people. Because you see on Steam, they got like 5-6 games in the top 10, so obviously PC is working out for them. So they're going to make it up in some way, shape, fashion, or form. It's just a matter of, like, how hooked are they going to get people on the PC side?
I'm also sending something to you guys on the link. Kudastina just sent it to me in GRG. This is quite interesting as well, because it's also saying that WB could be also interested, because they owe $190 billion to get rid of the WB, the DC Comics as well. So like, this is the thing right here. This is the thing overall for me. I don't, TikTok is very important. I know that this whole TikTok thing is like a huge moneymaker for them. But I think overall, TikTok is just like any other thing. It's like TikTok is not like Facebook. TikTok is not like Instagram. It's not like Twitter. And Microsoft's thought. Well, I mean, I know TikTok is huge right now, but to me, I think if I was sitting in the room with those executives, I would look at this and say, look, the one thing that is more constant than an online company, is games and comics. There's always going to be people are always going to want comics. People are always going to want games. That is essential. That's why gaming is at its highest level. You might not get that money right off the bat that you might think of, but if you let EA get a hold of not only the get a hold of WB Games, and then also EA get a hold of the comics division, wow, like. EA's, you know what I'm saying? As much as people are saying right now,
they will fuck that up.
They could, and I'm not saying that they won't. All I'm saying, though, they will have the intellectual properties of something epic, and EA is going to make a lot of money until they eventually probably screw it up. So I would if I was sitting in that room, what would you think? What are you going to say, PK? And interject, because it's just us three, right? It's just us four right now. So go ahead and interject.
I just want to say, as far as the comics, it's just publishing. It's not intellectual properties. It's just publishing. They don't want to publish the comics because comics makes the least amount of money. Okay, it's not the intellectual properties. Again, AT&T is not going to give up Batman and all that stuff. They're going to keep that because their moneymaker is the movies. Okay? They don't make money off the comics. Though, publishing, if they could save by not publishing them and have someone else publish them, that will save them money. But they'll still own the characters. So I just want to keep that 100 that It has nothing to do about owning anything outside of publishing. So EA is definitely not going to publish any that goddamn comic books. That's just not going to happen. They're not set up for that. They may want the talent though, and again, they probably want the talent and probably send them wherever they want. But it's I just don't want us to keep going down
Hold
that
on, wait a
narrative.
minute. I think you're wrong on this. It says right here, what is alarming is that DC Comics is worth no. Oh well, it says it's not worth anywhere near as much as Warner Brothers Interactive, but it generates 150 million in comic book sales each year.
Right.
It says it's well. I mean, that's still a lot of bread. It says a number of that doesn't even include the $40 million in profit that DC Comics bring in.
And I'm not saying that comics don't make money. I'm a comic book reader. I'm a
Right.
huge fan. I
Right.
have DC Universe.
And it's a
for a reason.
constant money though. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying though.
But
TikTok is not.
compared to-
TikTok doesn't necessarily mean that it's forever. That's
No,
the
I-
thing
I
that I'm
was
saying.
just-
Like TikTok will make you a lot of money now, but then again, we looked at what happened with Mixer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so when I-
Okay, hold on. Let me make this point, PK, before you make this point back. Comic books to me reminds me of it's like picking up somebody's trash or having a daycare center. You're always going to have business in that. In that, there's always going to be business within those criterias. People are always going to want their trash to be picked up. There's always going to be children in the world, so there's always going to be business for that. TikTok is huge, but TikTok is one of those things where it could go away in an instant once the next big thing come around.
I don't disagree with the TikTok analogy. I'm saying specifically with the comic book industry is such a small, minute piece compared to the larger scale of how much money they putting into this HBO Max. This is what they're focused on. How can they keep in a revenue stream bigger than comics? Because right now we're in a pandemic where people are not going to play cards, going to shops to buy the physical copies. If they're going to buy hardbacks, they'll do it online or may do digital. And that's a may. Because what you don't know is I am a DC Universe subscriber. I pay once a year. They just got rid of that. You can't pay once a year anymore. Why is that? Those little things they're not saying nothing about, but these changes are happening because they're trying to diminish. No, they're not going to. I don't think getting rid of the comic book division would be. They're not going to get rid of it, but maybe get rid of the publishing because you can't get rid of it. That is the only way your movies are going to make money. If you get rid of your Batman and all that, then how are you going to make money off your movies and TV shows? So they're not going to do that, but they will get rid of the publishing because with not doing the publishing saves them money.
Okay.
But as far as what I was saying, as far as that particular thing, I'm just saying that we have to be understanding that everything that's going to happen does not include those IPs. It does not. It might include licensing them, but they will not get rid of that because that's the whole reason that AT&T bought WB. We never seen this ever in history. We never seen a communications business go vertical in their purchase. It's always horizontal. It's always AT&T has been buying up companies to expand their horizontal reach, not their vertical reach. This is the first time I've ever seen a content provider by a content creator, and now they own that. That means that's a lot. They could literally tell your cable provider you can't watch CNN or HBO. They can literally say you can't play those movies on your TV if they wanted to. We never seen this before. We in a whole different territory. But that 100 billion plus that they're in debt, they got 5 years to get that straight, bro, or they gonna lose this whole deal. So they got to do whatever they got to do to sell, make money, or whatever that looks like. It's going to look like a fire sale soon because they're not going to be able to afford their bills. I'm serious.
No.
AT&T it cannot. They don't generate enough money
No, yeah.
on
So
their own.
they're 190 billion dollars in debt. So yeah, they got 5 years, like you said. No, you're 100% correct. So, but I mean, but I just look at it from the standpoint. Hold on, let me read this. The super chats. Sir X Man, he says, SSX still look good. SSX still look good to this day. Yes, it does. It looks great on the Series X, no doubt about it. I mean, not the Series X, but the Xbox One X. Infernal Lock, he says the first one is Crossfire X, second is Halo. Crossfire X looks epic. That storyline looks absolutely insane. If anything, whoever cut that little whole trailer,
real.
yeah, they did a fantastic job. They need that person to do all of Xbox games because that shit was fire. I'm like, bro, I'm buying that game. I'm not Game Passing that game. I'm buying that game just because of that.
I wouldn't go that far because that beta was trash.
Hey, bro,
Oh, yes, it was terrible.
I had, you know what? Listen, I only played the modern side. I can't lie. I lied. I played the old school style. I did not like the old school style. That's more for PC oriented fans. What do you say live?
I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's for PC guys, and that's fine. But the modern style I got into once I turned down because it was all suited for mouse and keyboard. I turned it down. I turned all my settings down to 40, and it played somewhat like COD, and it felt pretty good. And then I got me a lot of kills. Matter of fact, I was sitting there and I think I got like about 35 kills. And then we won quite a few matches, but it's not for everybody. But that story is going to drive a lot of people in. I think so.
It feels like COD, but it feels like
you sound far away, live.
Oh, my bad. I said it feels like COD, but it feels like
it feels like that one game on the PC.
Yeah,
help me, Fred. What is that game that was real popular on PC? What is that? It's one of the original games. Counter-Strike. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, but you know what it reminds me of? If you play Doom, it kind of feels like playing COD with Doom controls. Now, for somebody who doesn't like Doom, because again, what was it id Software?
Yeah.
They don't do auto aim and lock on, so you know I can understand how people if they don't like that, it kind of drives them mad. Especially if you're used to playing COD, all you gotta do is aim down sights and you just lock on to people for like half a second. You know what I mean? So it's just like if you're not used to, you used to be like, wait, I gotta actually aim.
Yeah, you gotta, yeah. It's different. But see, I don't want every shooter to be the same.
No, you know what it is? It feels like Crossfire is more about hip firing first than actually aiming down, unless you got the sniper rifle.
Unless you got
recoil sucked in that game.
Yeah, the recoil game was bad. Yeah. But see,
that's the thing that makes it challenging.
But that was the thing too, though, is once you got multi kills, then you got those enhancements. When you added those enhancements, then your gun was you was a badass. That's what I'm saying. Like I started getting down to where there was people that was killing us in our spawn, and then when I got like 3 or 4 kills in a row, then you had a choice of different perks to pick. And then once I got those, and use your abilities, man, your gun was actually OP. I was feeling sorry for them dudes because there was a dude that was standing on the escalators and he was just capping on people every time, man. Because I had quick draw and I also had like super bullets or some shit. I tore his ass up.
I would say there's one thing,
but it ain't gonna be for everybody. That's for damn sure.
The thing that's frustrating about that game is if your team sucks. Like if you're gonna win
everybody sucks. Yeah,
man, you're gonna this is the thing. If one squad is using their abilities, the other squads, some people are, some people aren't. That's gonna be a long day.
Very long day. Very long day.
I'll be like, these dudes do know that I'm standing here and I'm just shooting them like I'm shooting fish in a barrel, right? How about some go the other way?
Yeah. All
But
right,
if
man.
you want to keep coming this way, okay.
I got 3 more. All right, so Infernal Lock, he said, oh no, I got 2 more. Infernal Lock says, follow up with Sir X Man side. I love you, you know what I'm saying, love me, get together and listen to GRG, man. Thank you, bro, thank you. And Infernal Lock again, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of emojis, man. Thank you, man, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Like, listen, I just don't want to do the arguing shit. There's no need for that. I'm not gonna do it. So you can get mad at me all you want to, but that is what it is. All right, so we got 2 more topics to go, so let's go ahead and knock these out, man. Let's see. Let's go into the Spider-Man situation, man. This is something that I don't know. I mean, I haven't been listening to a lot of PlayStation podcasts here in a little bit. I mean, I used to listen to them all the time just because I wanted to get a feel of what they were going to say. And then when I came to the generalization that they're not going to talk about anything except for Xbox, so I'm like, fuck it. We talk about Xbox enough. So it's one of those things where I don't know. I haven't really heard, and if people have, please let me know in the comments. But this whole Spider-Man situation, the rumors are that Miles Morales Spider-Man will be it will be a, you know what I'm saying, will be a game that is pretty much just DLC. It's only going to be 5 to 10 hours. I mean, it's according to how people will play. But they also are talking about remastering the original Spider-Man. Now, Sixlayer, he was excited about it because he doesn't have a PlayStation 4. So he was like, man, I'm all for that. But the question to me and for everybody else who has a PlayStation 4, how do you guys feel about that? Because for me, and I was trying to do a video like that, and then I was showing something, and then I got my channel just completely shut down. They just shut it off. So I'll talk about it a little bit after everybody else does. But I want to go to you, PK, on this and get your thoughts. How do you feel about this? As you being a PlayStation 4 owner as well, they talked about backwards compatibility, but then yet they're willing to sell Miles Morales with a remastered of Spider-Man, and it's now this part is the rumor. I don't know if they're going to do it separate and do an upgrade for free, or if they're going to just say hell with it. We're just going to give you a $70 game with both games included with the ray tracing and the performance mode and all that on the PlayStation 5. How do you feel about that, knowing that this game potentially could give both games for $70, for $60 or $70?
So
you got to think about that.
No,
whoa.
I thought he was taking a hit.
Yeah. I was like, man, hey man, I gotta toke one for this one, man.
So this is something they did in the PS3 when it came to PS4. So it's not new, right? I mean, Persona 5 is actually a PS3 game. I don't know if you guys know this, but it truly is.
They're both on PS3.
And,
well, I don't think Royal is, but definitely Persona 5 is. Yeah.
Yeah, Royal is supposed to, well, there you go. Royal technically is a DLC.
Yes.
But
they
resold
great
the game
point. It is
as a brand new title, and all it did was add one extra character and a couple other features. But it's the same story. It's the same thing.
Oh, that is a great point.
Paid $60 for it. It's the same thing. So it's nothing new, right? They've done this before. So far as the thing is, they're trying to sell PS5. As of right now, as we're speaking, because we don't know what else they got to talk about, what other games that is hitters or bangers that's coming out for PS5 that Sony makes, first party, that we know about, that's coming out this year as a launch title. So
damn! I don't even got the sound effect and pray and put that shit out there. Ooh.
So what I'm getting at is that
Bug
because
Snacks. Hold on, wait a minute. Bug Snacks, game of the
Oh
year.
shit!
but
Bug
Bug Snacks
Snacks,
is
bro.
that's not a first party title.
It
So
doesn't
let's
matter.
just
It's going to be on PlayStation first. Bug Snacks. Everything falls to Bug. Even the mighty Craig has to fall
all
down
right.
to Bug Snacks. Bug
Okay, I'll let you
Snacks.
have it. But what I'm getting at is they're
Okay.
trying to sell PS5. It would not make sense
hmm
to put this on PS4 because then it gives you no incentive on buying a PS5. Because as of right now, that's the only title that I see people being excited for that Sony makes. Because because
Nah, but
this
them,
is not this is
yeah, go
not
ahead.
new. I was just saying this is not new. They're going to resell old games on PS5 because that is their method to they're going to sell remasters. It's probably going to be a remaster of The Last of Us 2 with a new ending, right? It's
hmm
probably going to be and it's probably not going to be that much different. It's just, you know, maybe 4K 60 with a different ending and probably a couple other features. But they're definitely going to milk as much as they can out of that license deal with Spider-Man or any of their first party titles. How many and it seems like this it's not just Sony, it's all the Japanese on that platform. They all do that. They all do that. And Nintendo does it, right? I mean, Zelda Breath of the Wild came out on Wii U, then they put it on the Switch. It was a Wii U game. But they sold it again. Bayonetta 1 and 2. They sold it to you again. Mario Kart. They sold it to you the same Mario Kart. The exact same one. Put it on a Switch, sold it to you again. Uh, even the not Fire Emblem Warriors, but the Hyrule Warriors. The Dynasty Warrior games, this wasn't even made by Nintendo. All right. But it just had Zelda characters in it. Same game on the Wii U. They resold it to you full price on the Switch, like it's a new game. So it's nothing new. They're gonna do this. They're gonna present it to you like it's a new game, just so that, and they're gonna charge you full price for it. They have no shame, and people don't bat an eye and don't care. They'll just go ahead and buy it. But again, and I'm not gonna sit here and say because I made a video about this about a bias when it comes to Microsoft and the Xbox. It's always a comparison of what Xbox is doing versus everybody else. But everyone else is doing something right and they're doing something wrong. It boggles my mind. Yet I said people who claim they play PC, they cannot sit here and say you play PC and you accept the EA launcher and accept the Ubisoft launcher and accept the Epic launcher is a valid launcher to play games. To have that crap on your system, that is bull. Those are crappy launchers and they shouldn't be on your PC. But no one talks about that. Uh they never compared the Epic Store versus the Steam Store, or why Epic put Borderlands is lock out 6 months from Steam and lock out was it let me see, what was the game called? Detroit Becomes Human from Steam for 6 months, just so you only can play it on an Epic Store.
Oh
And
yeah,
when you
them. So
think
yeah.
about it, no one bats an eye or say a word. But if Xbox does it, is a problem. They don't say nothing about Final Fantasy VII being locked out for an entire year. We have to wait for the Xbox version to what, April of next year?
Oh, if you talk about for Final Fantasy.
Yes,
Yeah,
remake.
yeah.
Don't say nothing. But and Microsoft does it like a lot of their games are timed exclusive on their showcase. This guy, I forget his name, but he is um, I forget his name, but he's part of the big publications on the media. Well, Microsoft has a lot of timed exclusives, and I'm like, why? Why are we having this discussion? It doesn't matter. The point is, you wanted games. The guys put the games on the platform, and I say platform, not the console. I say platform because PC and Xbox is an ecosystem. It's no longer uh, ex- excluded to one piece of plastic. It's everything. And that's what I'm getting at. You wanted games, here it is, and now you're complaining. You're complaining because it doesn't fit what narrative you want to push.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I am watching something online.
Sorry, Labwire. Sorry, Labwire.
No, there's something I'm watching online where this woman that has a 5-inch tongue. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm sorry. It's almost. I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. It is a 9-inch tongue. That is pretty impressive. Yeah. It says the imperfectives. It's called the imperfective.com. The strange category. And this woman has a 9-inch tongue. That is pretty impressive.
She must be chewing on that shit all day. All right,
bro. I don't care what you chewing on.
Megan, I know it's late, but I don't know why you looking at women in tongues.
No, I said it was a thing where they were just saying people, and I just looked and it just showed this woman's long ass tongue, and I was like, Lord have mercy, and I just wanted to take a look, and then I just got to the point. I'm like, Lord, 9 inches.
Should I take that? Should I be in my feelings because you zoned out while I was talking and watching?
No, I did not zone out. I'm listening to you. You made a fantastic points. I can multitask, bro. I just was going here because I was looking at other stuff, if there was any other news to add to anything else that we were talking about, and then I just so happened to get distracted by this woman with this 9-inch tongue.
He
That's
definitely is going left, Jazzy.
I'm not going left. I'm just saying what I just seen. Anyway, all right. So, Fred, what is your thoughts about what's going on with this whole Spider-Man situation, man? Is this crazy or not, man? I mean, as a consumer, where are you on this, man? Is this something that's going to make you go ahead and buy a PlayStation 5 day one?
Not necessarily. I mean, like, I played Spider-Man. I wasn't really into it. I would be actually pissed if I bought the game and then had to turn around and rebuy it again. But, that's what I forgot his name. I can't see it on here, but that's what he said previously. Like, they did this last generation. Like, they did this and they resold the same game to everybody, and my stance on this, I've said this before. I always thought that they would make a PC version of their bangers from the previous generation.
Yes.
Put them on PC and resell them on console as remasters or, upgraded for the PlayStation 5. So, like, I can see them doing that. Like, I mentally, I see that happening. Like, people who, think about this. Like, a lot of their games aren't games you can play. I'm not the type of guy that's going to play a game 5 times, a single player game 5 times. Like, I play it once, I'm done.
Right.
So a lot of their games are like that. Like, you play it once, you platinum it, you wipe your hands of it, you move on to the next game. And that isn't just with PlayStation. That's me with any game. Like, I'm done with the single player story. I'll play the multiplayer for a little bit, and then when the next hot item comes out, I'm done. And I think a lot of gamers are like that. But there's some people out there who will play a game 5 times. Like, they'll play it on easy, they'll play it on normal, they'll play it on hard, and then try to get every single fucking achievement on it or platinum and every single trophy where they can get on it. And they play like that. I'm not that guy. I'm done with the story. I'm done with it. It doesn't matter what the ending is. I got the ending I decided I wanted, and I moved on from it. A lot of their games are built like that. So, like, if it was a game, I'll use fucking Grounded for an example. Like, if it was a game like Grounded, and it carried over to the PlayStation 5, I'm good. But their games are not like that. They don't make multiplayer games like that. They make single-player games. And so, as the person who owns a PlayStation 5, I kind of be pissed about this because, like, I just played this game. I bought it. I paid $60 for it. And now you're telling me I got to spend 60 more bucks, which we don't know what the Spider-Man cost is going to be. But this is their launch title, one of their biggest launch titles anyway. I'm going to spend $60 in this title that I already played just for the DLC. I'd be pissed. That's just me personally. I'd be like, what the fuck? Because you look at their competition and they're bringing it over for free. They're bringing all that shit over the previous generation for free, up-resing it, whatever you want to call it, for free. You're not paying for that shit. You just pick up a new console, you pop the game in, boom, it's there. Like better graphics, better resolution, whatever the hell you get from the console you buy, and it's completely opposite on the PlayStation 5. So I don't understand it. Like, I mean, the game seems like, and I haven't seen all of it. I don't think any of us have, but like it seems like it was built for the PlayStation 4. They just used the same assets. They moved it over to the PlayStation 5, and that's what they're using for launch title just because of name only. I don't know, but that's what it looks like right now. So I just can't. I would be pissed. I mean, like, I would be kind of upset as a PlayStation owner, and I would kind of call them out on it, to be honest with you. Like,
I ain't seen nobody.
They shit about it. And they'll come at us, Xbox guys, about simple things, but they won't go back to their own, console about something, like this. Like, again, I don't know the price. I don't know what it's going to be. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's
What
going
if
to be
it's
free.
$70? What if it's $70, man? What if it? Because I mean, we know that we've been talking about what NBA 2K is saying. It was going to be $70, and then games are going to start getting this increase. What if this game, as how PlayStation is going to
purchase it digitally, right?
Yeah.
You download this new DLC, and you got to pay $60 just to get the same DLC and new trophies. I would be pissed. I would be like, why the fuck am I buying this again?
Yeah, like, I mean, how much do you think Miles Morales should be separately?
Now you know how I feel about Persona 5 Royale.
Right. How much you say?
$20.
Woo!
It's a 5-hour.
I would say 30. I would say 30. Live.
I'd give him 30.
I would say 30 for Miles Morales.
5 to 10 hour DLC. I mean, like 20 would be nice, but 30, I'll deal with that. But like, what's the rest of their launch lineup? And I put that on my Twitter like recently. Like, what the fuck else are they launching with?
I don't know because GT is definitely not going up at launch.
It'd be in first year maybe because they look like they're more ready.
Yeah, they don't seem like they're ready.
Because Godfall, I think, is coming out.
Godfall is coming out at launch. Bugsnax is coming out at launch. Ratchet and Clank is not coming out at launch.
You said it is. It isn't.
It isn't. Hold on. I'm going to look. So I
don't think we have a set. Like, I don't think they have it set yet with their launch lineup. But what I've seen, it doesn't look like. I think you're right. Like with the ones you said so far. Like, so do you want to spend $500 on a new console and some DLC, basically, and Bugsnax? Like. And that's I'm not. I mean, I've made the decision.
So I'm going to read everything that's going to be confirmed for PlayStation launch right now. Okay, so this is confirmed right now. Spider-Man's Miles Morales, Godfall, Astro's Playroom, Dirt 5, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Outriders, Observer System Redux, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, Jet: The Far Shore, Bugsnax, Deadloop, Madden NFL 21, NBA 2K21, Vampire: The Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, and Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, so you're buying it for multi-class, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can get, and if, again, as a consumer, if I put apples with apples here, and I say, okay, I can buy a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox, and I'm playing multi-class, but they look better and they play better on the Xbox. At this point, it gets down to the ecosystem you get to at that point. So, and obviously PlayStation killed it this generation. So people are going to buy the PlayStation just because that's where they play at. But like, what are you going to play after the multi-class die? Because after the holidays, ain't nobody releasing shit. Like after November, maybe early December, you're not playing anything new until March.
Yeah, and that Miles Morales, that's just going to be eaten up in like maybe 2 weeks.
A weekend.
Oh no, not even 2 weeks, man. A weekend. That's just going to be eight.
I'm just
being nice.
Oh yeah, he's being nice about it.
Like
all right, so let me get to
let's say somebody who really want to stretch it out does it in a month. Like they game, but they don't game like that. Maybe it takes
a month, and you talk.
They're still playing Fortnite. They're still playing Call of Duty. They're still playing.
Let me hit up the super chat. Sir X Man, Appreciate it, brother. He said, he says, they're going to remaster God of War. You know what? I can't put anything past
Yeah, they're
Sony
gonna do all
anymore.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
They're
they
gonna
are going to do it.
remaster Last of Us too.
Yeah, yeah. What they're definitely going to do, they're going to
And
remaster
Ghost.
The Last of Us 2 and then put the multiplayer on it and then say it's justified to do it for 60, $70. That's what me and Bot had our bet for. But anyway, Dragonheart Yobi, what's up, Yobi? Thank you so much, man, for the support. He says Xbox will always get chastised and hated because they came in with the OG Xbox people. Gamers wanted them to fail. Almost got their wish with 360 ROD and again with Xbox One E3 introduction as well. They will always cry over Xbox, period. No, I mean that. I mean, we talked about that. We constantly talk about that, man. Like, a lot of people have this stigma, and this is why I know that there's a lot of people that gets on social media that I know that don't game, and I know everybody else on this panel can pick that up. It's because they'll say certain things that's been the narrative for a really long time, and then they think and they think that that's still the narrative. But yeah, like you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So yeah, no, we already know that. Like, that's why I was bringing up this point about with Xbox, with the Xbox Live being taken away and things like that, how major that will be, because we've heard even people that's been even flip floppers that's turned around and said, look, man, if Xbox don't have, I'm going to have to get that. If Xbox, and I'll let you go ahead and go live and finish what you was going to say, but if Xbox, if the Series X comes out to be the cheaper console, or the same price as the PlayStation 5, and it has no online, if Xbox Live is completely, eroded, it's eradicated, and it's just all about Game Pass and the xCloud, and then they got, of course, backwards compatibility, enhanced for free, and then they got Halo at launch, with whatever else that's going to be coming out, with you got Gears that's going to be enhanced day one once that comes on the Series X. I don't see PlayStation having anything, after reading that launch, having anything that could combat against what Xbox is doing starting off at launch. I just don't. It's all about price at the end of the day, but I don't know. What do you think, Live, overall, and then what you think about the whole situation with Spider-Man Remastered? Did Live go away?
No, I'm still here.
All right.
Yeah. This is I look at this as kind of their strategy as far as like, all right, they had Ghost of Tsushima, they had The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't make those games exclusive to the PS5 because they just be losing too much money on it. And they already promised them to be on the PS4, so they would get bad, press for that. They weren't going to take that. So, but the game that they could do it was a Spider-Man game. This would have been equivalent to if Xbox decided to make like some DLC for Gears of War and wanted to make it exclusive to Xbox Series X, right? But it's cheaper because the game's already built. You're already building on something that's already there, so you're not really, they're not redesigning the city. You're just polishing it and you're just adding. I mean, it's DLC. If you played any of the Spider-Man DLC, it's basically what that is. Like, maybe it's the combination of all three of them versus just the one. So where you have the Black Cat and Hammerhead and get the other guy, whoever the hell else, Tombstone, I think it is. You just have all in one, and then bam, there you go. That's your Miles Morales DLC. But because it doesn't cost them anything to do, it's for them it makes the most sense. Like, it's something that they can bring over. Say it's PS5 only. It's really no sweat off our back because it didn't cost millions upon millions to make. You know, versus like The Last of Us. You're not gonna. I don't know how much budget that was in, but let's say it's I don't know 200 million or 100 million, whatever it is. That's a lot of money just let go for PS5, and we don't know how many. Do we know if everybody's gonna buy it? Maybe, maybe not. You know, because not everybody who buys the consoles on day one are people that like exclusives. Got a lot of people that just want Madden and 2K to look shiny. So,
Yeah.
So
but
somebody said in the chat that how people are saying like Sony stands say we don't buy a new console to play old games, yet they steady go out and buy remasters.
yeah, that's that.
It's true
Yeah,
story.
well, that's because they're full of shit. That's why.
Well,
Because the same guys that said you don't buy a new console to play old games. How many times does these motherfuckers always constantly talk about they done beat The Last of Us? Oh, I beat The Last of Us like 5 times. Like that's an old game, dog. Like, what you talking about?
I don't know who sits there and play Last of Us 5 times, but
Yeah, no,
There's a
like
lot. There's
that
a
that
lot of ponies that say that
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I'm,
there are
I'm
people
on
that
my
say that.
third
They'll say, I beat it at least
Yeah,
once a year.
like
I
I
beat it at
mean,
least once a
like I
year.
said, I have no problem with playing the game. Look, if somebody wants to you know what I'm saying, give K Mega the game, I will play the shit out. I will stream it. I am not gonna buy that game for just one time and then it's done. Like a game like that, for people to wait for that many years for in development. And I understand of the detail and things like that. Naughty Dog should get a lot of credit for that. I'm not dogging the game on that aspect. What I am having a problem with that game is that you'll be quick to jump on Xbox for what they're doing to prolong Halo Infinite to make it to where it's where people get more bang for their dollar. And then you're over here want to scrutinize it because of Craig and whatever else. When we know as many times that these people have been slapped in the face and been wrong. They did this with Gears 5. They did this with the Halo 5 demo. They did this with Gears 4 demo. Whatever, right? And they even did this with Battletoads. But the fact of it is that this game is going to keep enhancing over time, which brings more value to that product.
they said it's going to be more like Destiny.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what they're going to do. It's got that it's going to have expansions to where we get more of the universe, which I've been asking for a minute, expanding the universe. But of course, we're not going to get into that lore because you know I want to dive in. But with The Last of Us, the way that ending ended, they didn't give you no other option. We waited 7+ years, 7, 8 years for this title to give you the direct, this is what we thought with our vision, like it or not. And when we make the next Last of Us, deal with it. I mean, Gears 5 even gave you an option. I mean, what? Like, that to me blows my mind. Like, Gears 5, a game that is superior graphically. It looks to me in the same wavelength, except without the major detail because they're two different type of games. But than The Last of Us 2. But you're telling me they give you an outlook of two different perspectives. You couldn't do that with The Last of Us 2? Is anybody on the panel disagreeing with me on that aspect of it? Okay.
I can't
Yeah.
disagree because
I mean, that to me is crazy. Like, I don't like. I mean, give the gamers an option to choose if they wanted to, you know, take out the new protagonist or to do what you did to get the original ending of Last of Us 2. But why would you do that? Why? Like, I mean, if Halo 5 did if Halo 5 did that to end off Master Chief, you know what I'm saying, or Cortana, I don't even think there would be a Halo anymore. I just don't. I really don't. I mean, because I think that there would be so much hate. I just don't even see it. I just don't see it. I don't know. But whatever. All right, so let's get to the last topic so we can get the hell out of here. And I know that there's two guys on this panel that do not play any type of football, and I know that there's two guys that do. So this should be a quick get out of here. I was hoping 100 would stay here so he would talk about this because of the excitement with this. But of course, it is what it is. But let's get to it, right? All right. So NFL 2K, or I should say 2K games, you sit here and bought. Well, they got they got the rights to make NFL characters into their future games, and they've already expressed that they're already in development. It's early, but they're already in development to have an NFL type game ready for 2021 to be launched, and it's not going to be under EA or Madden. How significant is this? How big is this? So I know that these other guys don't play it, so I've got to go to the next person that I know that plays sports games. Pred, what do you think about now that 2K has the rights now to have NFL players? Now the question is, will they have will they make a game that's similar to what Madden is, or will they make something else that's kind of like in the wavelength of NFL Streets or whatever? But to have these NFL rosters under their belt, how significant is that?
I mean, it's good that they got the Players Association on their side, but like I think from what I remember, there was something in the writing where they couldn't make a full-on game. They can make a simulation, right? So like it begs the question of what type of game are they gonna make with that? Like they're not. I don't think they're gonna make a full-up NFL Madden's type game like they did in the past, like to compete with Madden. From what I remember, there was something specifically in the writing where they could not do that. So I could see them making like a type of a street game or something like that, like a sim game with like I can't even think. I'm trying to think like how would they do that with the names? Like maybe it's like a fantasy game or something like that, like that integrates with your game system or something like. I don't know, but like from what I remember reading when this first started happening, they were not allowed to make a full up game. You know what I'm saying? Like a full up Madden style game. So I don't know what they're going to do with this. Yeah, you get the names, you get the rights. That's a big deal because that's part of the money that they need. But if they're not going to make a game, I don't know how that's going to work with the consumers, like us that actually play those games. Like, what are they going to do with that? So it's going to be interesting to see how they take this information and transfer it into what we're going to actually get our hands on at some point in time.
Okay, all right. What about you, PK? I know that you ain't into sports games like that, but what do you think about this whole situation? Because I can't wait to dig my teeth into this. It's exciting.
I can't say I have a comment on that, bro.
Oh man. What about you, Livewire? I know that you try to dabble in a little bit of some football entertainment. What do you think, man? If you don't have nothing, just say you don't have nothing, man.
I mean, yeah. If it plays like NFL 2K, or at least I say if they go and do an All Pro again, maybe they can't make an official Madden type game. But what if you
No, they have the rights to do an all official Madden game. The question is are they going to put the money in to make that?
Wait, can they? Wait, they can make a game just like Madden?
Yeah, they have a negotiation with the NFL and also the studio. I just turned off that stuff once it was going off.
Can it be a simulation?
Jazzy Noob answered my question. So they can make an NFL sim game, but they can't. They can't make an NFL sim game, but they can make anything else.
Okay. So it's got to be it can't be a sim game, but it's got to be a like an arcade version or an alternate, like you just said, like All Pro.
All right, I would tell them go All Pro.
Okay.
Go All Pro 2021, and since they got all the license of the current NFL players, they could go and do, do that. Just do an all pro version. Um, and then you could just make up your own teams, or you can use the teams that it'll be like what's that show y'all play on all Madden team?
Oh yeah. Like it'll be like in that same yeah. I forget what that's called. The Madden something. Yeah, I forget what that's called. I spent
Yes,
too much money into it like 2 years ago. I spent like maybe about an extra 150 on that shit, and then when I found out that shit didn't carry over, I'd never spend another dime on that. I was like, no, Ultimate Madden Ultimate Team.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
what they
yeah.
could do is instead of making it, they
Mhm.
can make it feel like a simulation in
Yeah.
certain ways, but like maybe some of the stuff that goes on are just a little bit over the top. Like they have over the top like tackles. Maybe not like blitz where you bouncing off the ground, slamming you across the field, but you know what I mean? Like stuff will look like it just hits harder, type
Yeah.
things.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So as for me, this is my point on it. I think that both of you guys are right on that aspect. I think that it's going to be like I look at that wrestling game that they put out, that 2K put out, and that I'm more interested in that than the other wrestling games because of course the last wrestling game was completely broken, and I was actually wanting to get back into wrestling games, but then I seen that how bad that one was. This new wrestling game that's kind of like in that blitz mode, that's where I think that they'll thrive. Also, that they got this 2K Streets esque type of type of thing. I've never really played that. I've heard people like that. I don't know if it's not like NBA Streets like the old school games, then I'm not interested because I want dope ass graphics with all the rest of those enhancements where you could do the dope dribbles and all that other stuff. If you're gonna give me those little cartoon graphics and then try to make it cute and stuff, I don't care. Now, with that being said, if they give, and let me give a big shout out to Sir X Man again, he says All Pro 2, then I'm all for it. Because if you can give me some old Barry Sanders, old Jerry Rice, some old Warren Moon, Brett Favre now, some Peyton Manning, some of these old, you know what I'm saying, some Chris Johnson or Ocho Cinco, I'm gonna buy that shit day one, and I'm gonna be playing that hard because that's what I'm talking about. Like, and of course, you can still kind of make that sim-ish, but let's just be real. Madden isn't sim-ish because there's so many people that breaks the rules by doing so many arcadish type things that like what's the definition of what's a sim and what's not. So I think 2K can kind of bridge the gap with that. And
Hmm.
that's one thing that a lot of people's been asking for is another blitz or something like that. So if we can get another all pro and then also get another like blitz type of football game, I'm going to buy
Yeah.
those.
I mean, at
I'm going
least
to support all
all
three.
pro, they had the
Yeah.
dudes. They just didn't have the teams. But now it's get
Right,
the
because
team.
you had to construct those
Yeah,
teams. Yeah. So,
yeah, because
yeah.
yeah, 'cause they could do an all time team or however they want to do it.
Yeah.
But I would like to have Lawrence Taylor on my team, and then have
Mhm.
like I don't know, shoot Mike Vick as my quarterback or Patrick
Well,
Mahomes, whoever.
you can't
Give me Theo.
probably can't use modern players, but you could use older players. So,
I think
Rand,
you can use modern
well,
players.
I mean, you might can because they said the NFL likes it. So, yeah, like I mean, you can have Mike Vick, Randall Cunningham, Cole Pepper. I could have my boy Kurt Warner. I could have, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, bro, like, and if you can customize your team like you
All right,
can in All Pro, but then have
all
like a
pro. Like
huge.
who should be? Because I think they on all pro they have. I think it. Man, who's on the cover? I think it was. You know what? Let me
T.O.
look it up.
Was it
No, no,
T.O.?
no, 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 no. No,
On
I'm
the
talking about
cover?
all pro. On
Oh,
pro. All pro.
there wasn't a player. There was
Nah,
just
it
a.
was a player. It was like Jerry Rice and somebody else.
No, I don't think that. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna look it up
Oh,
right
I think
now.
it was Dan Marino.
No. It was a dude catching the ball. I thought. Hold on, let me look. All Pro
Like
2K
2K8, right?
2K
T-
football.
Dan Marino, Jerry Rice, and Barry Sanders. That's what.
Hold on. Oh yeah. No, they did. You wrong. I was wrong. They had John Elway, Jerry
Oh, the
Rice, and
John
Barry
Elway
Sanders.
or John Elway?
That was
I thought
2008. That was all pros because they only had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Jerry Rice, John Elway, and Barry Sanders. Like that game would sell like hell.
Well, I
And if
guess
you
they
got some
can't go back to that.
customization, if you got customization to where and it got like a locker room, like people will make their, especially that game going to PC, they will have NFL rosters with players that's got the same stats as other players. There, people will go crazy over that. In 2K,
and here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if that game takes off,
yeah,
they start looking at it and they're gonna be like, why are we still with EA?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the NFL is going to be like, yeah, because there was NFL players that were saying, look, we need this type of competition to get Madden back up to par. Now, I haven't had a really bad experience with Madden for the last couple of years. I thought Madden has increased and it's gotten better here in the last couple of years. But just like with anything, like we see people like as much as I love 2K, without any true competition with 2K, we see 2K falling off because live hasn't been the same. So if we can get more licenses to come out to where we could do it, and to me, all I'm waiting for overall, and I know me and Pred is the same way, and before we get out of here, is to say this. Long as this opens up college football and basketball,
hell yeah.
that's all I care about, in which it will. This means that we're finally going to get into and they've been in the talks for the last 3 years. Kurt Herbstreit, he's even tweeted about it, that the NCAA and EA and other gaming publishers has been talking about bringing back college football and hopefully college basketball back, and that will open up a whole bunch of greatness. So I can't wait for that. Sir X-Man, he says 2K football, you'll be able to make your own team, your own plays. I understand that. So yeah, no, it's a lot of great potential. I'm glad because this will give some sort of competition to Madden. I guarantee you once that game go to PC, it's like what Pred said, it will open up a bunch of can of worms. So let's get the hell out of here, man. We've had a great show tonight. We started off a little bit light, then we got big, and then we got light again. But everybody did a hell of a job, man. Appreciate you guys sticking on and doing the damn thing. So, man, let me go to you, Livewire, man. Where can they find you at, brother?
They can find me out on my channel doing some. I put up a new Aliens isolation gameplay video.
You're still playing that game?
Yeah,
I got like an hour of your gameplay. I was gonna put that on there tonight, but I was like, it's an hour, and it was just like you were just running around. If we got the sound effects, I think it would have been a lot more intense. But I was like, man, I'm gonna cut this whole damn 45 minutes out because it's nothing. You just running around. I don't even see the alien. But go ahead, brother.
That's because I think it was like the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you don't really see the alien until like after that.
Yeah, give me some gameplay with the alien, and I'm with it.
All right.
All right, man. And then PK, man, what's going on with you, man? Where can everybody find you, man? You have been making some fantastic videos. I know you just now got started into the YouTube space. Man, we want to get you right there with 108 Dragons, you know what I'm saying, with everybody else that's over here doing the damn thing, that's been a member of the GRG, man. Go ahead, let everybody know what you're doing, what's your channel, and what you're going to be doing next.
So yeah, thanks for that, K Mega. Yeah, my channel just started, PK Entertainment, and I'm definitely going to be posting everything. I'm into everything, so everything goes there, from gaming to movies to music, everything. And you'll find me here every Friday in GRG with my brothers and my family, friends.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna have to put the links in the description on some stuff now, since I got this free time. Since you know what I'm saying, I had to wait and find out. So just a little update on me. I had to just, you know what I'm saying, just, disclaimer. I ain't got shit to hide. I sit there and I've been had more time now because I got hurt at work. And now since I've got hurt, I just got my doctor's report in and stuff, man. So you'll be seeing a lot more of me here on social media. It's unfortunate, but you know what I'm saying, it's just reality, man. I got pretty banged up. I fell and messed up a whole bunch of stuff. So man, it's going to be a really long process to recover. So you'll be seeing me doing this thing, man, because I mean, this is the hobby that I love, so I might as well do this and then just keep on working out until I can get better, hopefully, and eventually. So that's what's going on with me. So anyway, let's go to our guest, Predator, man. Thank you for coming on, man, saying what's up, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Where can they find you at, man?
I'll be on tomorrow talking about Halo for 3 hours with Xbox.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely going to be there, and I'm going to be a part of that 3 hours talking about
Oh
that
my
shit.
God.
Hey man.
Yeah, tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Predator _ HOS pretty much everywhere. Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and Twitter, and Pornhub. So I'll holler at y'all later.
Oh man, Pornhub. Not MySpace? You done with MySpace now?
I'm still on there too, but I didn't want to be long.
Oh, no. That's all right. It's all right. All right, and then Livewire, man. Where can they find you at, brother?
My channel, Livewire Game.
King of the Dolphins. I'm going to get them Dolphins, the Fire Dolphins set up, man.
Word.
I promise I am.
Word.
Where can they find you at, bro?
I said my channel, Livewire Game.
Livewire Gaming. All right. Okay, cool. So I'm going to make sure I'll put everybody's links in the description. I did have that up at one particular time, but of course people alternate and things like that. So I'm going to have to put that up again so everybody can know where they can find you guys at. So I'm going to definitely add that in. And so thank you as always. Man, we still in the pandemic. So I'm going to just tell you guys, be safe. If you are going to be out there trying to get out there and do the pants off, dance off, I suggest to do some hunching with some protection on the face. It's pretty crazy. But if not, then if you go ahead and do in, man, I don't know what to tell you. But regardless of all that, everybody have a good one. We are out. Peace. Let's get out of here. I think I'm going to stream a little bit after. I said I was going to stream some little bit Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know, but we gonna see.
Yeah,
we out.
I'm on it now. I'm supposed to do this mission.
Woo! All right, we out. Peace, guys.
All right.